Hey, everybody. Welcome to Noir Bar, live from the shadiest district of Noir City in the year of our Lord 1942. Come on in, grab a seat, put your drink orders in, get comfortable for a late night, laid back time of banter, booze, broads, and bullets. Joining me at the bar tonight are Sam. Sam, how are you?
I am devilish as always.
Devilish.
Oh,
Dashing, even.
indeed. Indeed. Dapper, if you will.
Keep up on the keto and you might be able to dash. Eve is joining me as well. How are you doing?
I think I'm fulfilling the role of broad tonight, I guess. So.
Dame, at a minimum. It's fine.
Dame. I'll accept Dame.
I'm just picturing the Eve's internal monologue now. As just like most nights.
How are you guys?
I'm doing all right. Thank you, all of our patrons, for the extended wait time because technical difficulties ensued. I forgot where I put my liquor, which often happens because, well, liquor's involved. But anyway, I found it, and some technical problems were worked out, which is good. I'm assuming that there's still persistent audio difficulties, which I'm sure chat will let us know as we continue on. Oh, man. It's going to be a fun night. We got some fun stuff to look over.
Me too, indeed.
That's, our last stream, Sam, myself, went 5.5 hours, and we only managed to cover 3 tabs worth of stories. That's what happens when you get play ADHD drunks in the room together.
Oh, I mean, I was just about to say, I mean, you know, you put an Irishman near the whiskey, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? It's just going to happen.
Yeah, well,
you're lucky I didn't sing. Or maybe I'm lucky.
Nope, the audio seems fine. Even the levels. Oh my god. Well.
Crap.
Shocking.
Okay, now I'm waiting for the other fucking shoe to drop.
Right?
I was just checking that myself. It actually sounds really good. Everybody's coming through clearly.
Good.
I don't know if I am, but, you know, I don't like to listen to my own voice, so.
Yeah, neither do I. It's just gotta live with it, I guess. I haven't learned to yet, but I'm told that I will. Let's see.
It's one of those things you get used to it, but you never really like it, you know?
Yeah. You know, like green peppers. People claim they like them. They don't. They've just gotten used to them. I refuse to play ball.
I will not sit here and listen to this bigotry, Polly. I'm going to pour myself another drink.
So the first in the bar, as usual, was Christopher Rodriguez. Glad to see you. Peter. Darth Mando, a longtime listener and a good friend of the bar. Rotten Corpse. Good to see you. Who else is? As we scroll. Ian is here. Boston Balls as usual, but that's how he rolls. Felda, and there's Rotten Corpse again. And Colonel Sanders is here, despite being dead. It is Halloween, so, you know, zombies are welcome too. Neon Leon. Patio Furniture, glad to see you here. C. Thomas, very glad to see you here. Molly Okami, yay! Molly's here. Always happy to have her. Just another guy. It's always good to have a member of the Golden Otter Club in the room. Mortier. Fuck, everyone's showing up. This is great. Cool. Oh, there's some bastard named Sam I.L. Regent. Whatever. Sounds foreign.
He does sound foreign.
Yeah.
It's got a funny accent.
There's this gamer Velen person. Better than that. Yeah.
True.
Maureen Michelle. Jeff Shadowclaw. Cool. Good to see you. Yeah.
Wait, is Shadowclaw the logical opposite of White Claw? I have so many questions.
Wouldn't the logical opposite of Shadowclaw be solid fingertiplessness?
I don't even know what the opposite of claw would be.
You've never read DC Comics or the Bizarro Universe. You don't understand these things at all, Sam.
I'm from Barcelona. I know nothing.
And Dr. Clusterfuck is here. Loving the name. It's Rogue Thought and shit. Great. Oh, the Asian research director is here. Yeah, well, keep good records. And Platty. What's up, Platty? And as you may have noticed, our good friend Farzusmi is not here, and we're all saddened at her absence. But she's doing the 12-hour work shift thing, like 6 days a week. We were talking about that before we went live over in Discord about, like, yeah, we've all worked shitty shifts. Imagine when it's the first time that you've done it and just how rough it can be. She's grinning and bearing under the pressure a lot better than I did, let me tell you. She's like, well, what are you going to do? And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but she's shorter, so, you know, the weight doesn't, or the weight on her shoulders doesn't have so much leverage as it would with you or I.
Possible.
Or Eve, for that matter.
Yeah. Oh, I have no doubt, Platty, that Far's asleep. It's well-deserved, too. Hubris is here. That's awesome.
Hubris is always here when we're around.
And fucktard. Hell yeah. There we go. So now I got one guy.
Yeah, that too.
I got one guy I can call clusterfuck and another guy I can call fucktard and fuck you, Susan. That's their name. What do you want from me? It's so seriously. How was your day, Sam? How's stuff and things?
Oh, man, it was a day. It was a day. The weather was awful. I had to do some work outside. There was loads of paperwork, and I'm just happy to be here. And yeah, I mentioned shortly before the show, I was a little bit late getting here tonight, guys. I had to go and grab the ingredients. I nearly said the materials. The ingredients. Love it.
I hope that's not ear splitting. You can never tell how loud the
That's about
donations
right.
are compared to everyone else. Yeah, it's fine. Good.
Yeah, that's about right.
Cool. All right, you were saying?
Yeah, I had to assemble some ingredients. I had to assemble my alcoholic Avengers, if you will, because yeah, I wanted some White Russians this morning, and yeah, I don't have any coffee liqueur, no Kahlua, nothing.
Substitutions in terms of like baking or making drinks or whatever. You can't, and none of them work. That's the truth. You know what I mean? Like they're all like a very, very poor, shitty substitution. Coffee liqueur,
Yeah,
you can actually manage to substitute for it, not badly. I've tried it. It functions, and it was with white Russians as well. It's espresso and simple syrup.
yeah. I got.
It's not completely
some-
there, but it gets you there. You know what I mean?
Weebo.
Hell yeah. You were saying?
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought you were going to read that. My bad. Yeah, no, I got some of this weird Ecuadorian coffee that the lady love in my life picked up for me, and so I brewed up some of that, and then I got some black Kraken rum, and just a dash of simple syrup, and then that's gone into a tall mug, and yeah, topped up with vodka.
Well, I have questions, but before we get into that,
Yeah.
from 6 hours ago, Ukraine donated $2 and says, I am the Mexico of the Slavs, and await a Noir Bar. Well, thank you, Ukraine, for giving back $2 of the billions you've taken from U.S. taxpayers. Much appreciated, Ukraine.
The ironic part is, Polly, you're going to pay tax on that.
You're not wrong. Darth Mando, thank you very much for the $1. Again! Okay, so, which reminds me of something. I actually, my God, remembered something before the stream started.
This has turned into one long, bad night.
But I like you just the way you are.
If you
I had to.
if you look into the video description section, I actually have the Noir Bar donations, 1, turned the fuck on, and 2, listed there properly. And I peppered in the Halloween ones that are all labeled in all caps as Halloween. I think there's 4 of them that are in there. And you just saw 2 of them. So thank you again, Darth Mando, for that. Jeff, thank you for the $3 and the Weebo legs. Gams for the guys and gals. And thank you to Boyfriendo, Weebo's man, for That excellent video. Where would we be without it? And Gamer Valine, thank you for the $8. He also burned the creme fraiche. I'm off to work, Sam. What are you going to do? At least I'm giving warning via donation. Did you not believe she was going to work?
I think it's more I just didn't care.
Oh. Why would you?
No, I'm kidding.
Why would you subject creme fraiche to heat at all? It's not meringue.
You can. No, but you can cheat when it comes to a carbonara sauce and use creme fraiche because when you apply heat, it takes on a smoky element. Little known secret about creme fraiche.
You know, I had never heard of creme fraiche before the South Park episode. Valine will know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
where Randy wanted to become a celebrity chef. And he kept going, yes, the creme fraiche. Like it was like the secret ingredient of a dollop of creme fraiche on top of everything.
I mean, it is, but...
I had to look it up, and I'm like, it's mild sour cream. What the fuck? Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
It's
fresh sour cream. That's why it's so mild. It hasn't been left to age. Hence the term creme fraiche.
Eva Green's broad donated $3. Oh, what a lucky broad is. Far has a 12-hour shift. I hope she enjoys her job the way I enjoy mine. Because it's Eva Green's bra. Get it? Get it?
I support this message.
Wow, we're starting early and terrible.
Yes, we
are. Thank you very much, Eva Green's bra. I just watched a few days ago Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. And I am very happy to know that Eva Green's bra spent the majority of the time hanging on a hook in wardrobe. Because holy shit is she naked a lot of that movie. God bless her. Yeah, what is it with you all? Yet another Frenchman that sounds British. What is it with you people?
I don't know. We're just better than the British just being British even.
This has turned into one long, bad night.
I like you just the way you are.
Gamer Valine, thank you for the $8. No, Mr. Dubenstein, I'm off the whole week, and Sam cannot rein in my terror. I like this warning.
She's off for the whole week? I thought something smelled funny.
She's off for the whole week. Fuck. Valine puts in the hours. That's impressive. I'm glad you've got a whole fucking week off. That's amazing.
I thought she said she was off to work, and I was like, oh, well, have a good night.
Yeah.
So she's off of work. My bad.
Hold on. Yeah, wait a minute. I'm off work, Sam. No, I added the two. Whatever. My reading comprehension will get better the more I drink.
Mine does. I drink about 17 of these. I will be able to read Japanese.
I find that hard to believe.
I'm unfortunately on the road and unable to drink, but I'll take a seltzer water or something.
Do we even have that, Polly?
Yeah, we do, but only because of Far. Have you ever heard her drink order?
Oh, no, I prefer not to listen.
Reverse osmosis, denatured water with a single ice cube.
Which is ostensibly made of tap water, hence defeating the whole fucking purpose.
Yes, that's what she refuses to. Oh, but she does have drink boxes underneath the bar. Juice boxes.
Did you say distilled or denatured?
Yes.
Reverse osmosis, distilled and denatured.
Just hearing that makes me need another one of these.
Eve, it was just a bunch of words that I sewed together. I don't know, I don't even know what they mean. Well, actually, I do know what a reverse osmosis water is, but I'm not sure you can denature water. I think you can only denature alcohol. Don't slow me down with the facts. What the fuck?
Facts are friction.
trademarks.
Trademark.
In any case, so Evelyn, where are you currently located in the world?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, land
Yeah,
of tall mountains and alpine scenes, foothills, mountain goats.
I mean, if you say so.
It's what I've been told. Are you saying I've been misinformed?
All I see is interstate. It's just another city that we're passing through.
I find that hard to believe. I've heard Oklahoma's like flat as a gymnast. Is that true? Like, are there any hills at all?
It's pretty flat. There's some hills, white hills, but it's pretty flat compared to most other places. Like, we frequently go through Wyoming and Utah, and there's some definite hills there. But,
Oh yeah, there's a couple hills in Utah.
there's a couple, but it's pretty flat in Oklahoma by comparison.
They learn English with an English accent, aka a speech impediment.
I'm sorry. That sounded like heresy.
Love it. Never get sick of that horn stab. Serpent21. Oh, hey, Serpent21. Thank you for the $3 and the Weebo legs. Hello, Polly. Hello, Serpent. It's been a month or so since your birthday, and I'm hoping you finally watched it. What did you think of Charlie Varick? Was I wrong that it was a winner? I will neither confirm nor deny my watching of Charlie Varick. Look, here's the thing. Usually, it takes me quite some time to even purchase a perfectly legitimate copy from online, and I did that within days. So I have a copy of it. I'm good to go. But as for getting around to watching it, well, these polywords online are a little bit difficult to wrangle in terms of watching a movie that isn't based around some, I don't know, anime magic girls or whatever. That's what I need to tell them. I need to lull them in and say, don't worry. The cat girls are coming. It's like half an hour in. It's like, no. The cat girls are a big reveal around the halfway mark. It's fine. You know, and by the time that they've, gotten halfway through the movie, they're invested. It's like the Concord theory of film watching. We've come this far. We might as well finish watching this thing, and then they can be angry at me afterwards. No, nothing. Doesn't sound like a good plan.
I'm thinking this vodka might have hit my head very quickly. You had me in the first half. The Concord theory of movie watching.
What?
See, the problem is, Polly, is you and I would both date women intelligent enough to understand the concept of the sunk cost fallacy. So that wouldn't work. They'd just be like, I'm leaving.
Okay, Sam. This is not a cost-benefit analysis they're doing. These are just fickle, self-serving bitches.
You said, oh, well, we've watched it this far along, we may as well watch the rest. No. They'd appreciate some cost fallacy.
Again, you're assigning to the women that we have known in our lives the characteristic
we will know.
hypothetically of sitting still and doing economic calculus in their mind with, off-the-shelf theorems, as opposed to, I don't want to watch this. I'm leaving.
Ouch.
Can
I just say, ouch? I wanted the women in y'all's lives.
You see, Polly? You see what you did?
I mean, present company excluded. Gamer Valine doesn't count. Molly Okami doesn't count.
Like, Far's not here at the moment. Does she count? As
No,
Far or
yeah.
not?
You know, listen, Far got major cool points because she actually sat through a quality film with us that was far outside of the stuff that she normally watches. Weebo and I managed to, wrangle her into watching Copland, which is a really underrated film.
Oh.
Stellar cast, great script. Sylvester Stallone actually showing his acting chops. You wouldn't think he has any, but he does. And they're on full display in that film. I mean, goddamn, man, you got Harvey Keitel, you got Robert De Niro. I mean, the list goes on. You got Ray Liotta. Oh, man. Half the cast of The Sopranos before The Sopranos launched because they filmed it in New Jersey, so they grabbed every Italian New Jersey actor that they could, and it ended up being half the cast of The Sopranos. And then, of course...
Let me guess. All the extra were extra.
Yeah. And it's fantastic, that movie. And by the time we got to the end of it, this Far's review was this. I didn't hate it. I was so proud of her.
That's glowing praise
From
for
Far.
something that she doesn't usually enjoy yet.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, it was like when Weebo dragged me into watching Coco, the animated film.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I was like, oh, God, man, I'm bringing my medicinal maraca for this one. I'm going to be just, like, pass the fuck out medicated by the end of it. Because, they're going to start singing and, under the sea, and I'm not a Disney movie guy. Like I said, I've only ever seen 2 Disney movies in my entire life. The Pixar films, like, as I understand it, there's 4 Toy Stories. I haven't seen one. I haven't seen Shrek. And I think there's like 8 or 9 of those.
You haven't seen Shrek?
No.
What?
See, that surprises me, actually. Like, you probably wouldn't hate the first Shrek film.
It's not even a matter of like, oh, I hate that shit, so I'm deliberately trying to avoid it. It just doesn't occur. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, why would Far ever end up sitting down watching Copland? Like,
yeah.
That's spooky.
That made me jump.
I have got to get Far to sit down and watch Suicide Kings with me, where that clip is from. Great little movie. Yeah. Small budget, awesome. Christopher Walken as a mob boss. What more do you want? It's fantastic. Real quick, Gamer Valine, thank you for the $4. You made me look up denatured water. It's deionized water. Why are you making me science some shit before I'm in the lab? Question mark, exclamation mark. Okay. I reject your statement. It did not contain the word actually.
Also, we didn't make you. You elected to due to your own neuroticism.
I am not a
where that
sexist.
neuroticism comes from.
I will not deny a woman her agency, okay? You decided by your own volition. It's fine, yeah.
To engage with the neuroticism. Oh god, I heard this joke earlier.
Which is?
The one that Darth Mando just put in the donation link.
Polly, you are wrong. Okay, just another guy. Let's see. What have I been wrong about? Okay, well, every woman I've ever dated up until now. Other than that, man, I've got a pretty good track record. Okay, so I'm not sure what it is you're referring to, but hey.
Yeah, I mean, you know Far, you know Eve, you know me, you know Zelthor. That's pretty good. That makes up for at least 10 college bitches.
I was talking about girlfriends. What the fuck are you listing these people off for?
As in, your choice in friends makes up for your shitty choice in women.
Oh, okay. I was like, Far and Weebo are like little sisters. You know, Eve I've siblingized, and you're a guy. So what the fuck are you talking about?
I've been siblingized. I see how it is. Okay.
What?
I see how it is. I don't even get the sister, because it's like Far and Weebo are like sisters. Eve is sibling-ized. Okay.
No. Like little sisters is what I said.
Uh-huh.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, Sam, you get what I mean by that.
There's a
I see.
There's no, it's because you're too old, Eve. I'm just kidding.
I was trying to be nice and not call you old, but fine. You want me to? I will. That's...
You're older than me.
Is that true?
I don't know.
Oh, no. I don't think it is. I think you're older than I am. We've talked about this. Darth Mando, thank you for the $1. Why did the trans man only eat salads? He was a her before. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Listen, that's funny. We heard that same joke in Discord not like an hour ago.
Yeah, but Darth Mando isn't over there, so yeah, it's fresh from him. Get it? Fresh salad, creme fraiche. It's a theme.
Oh, fucking hell.
Serpent21, thank you for the $3 and the Weebo legs. You tell them this movie has a killer soundtrack by Lalo. I've never known how to say it. Lalo Schifrin. He's the guy who.
Christ. This has turned into one long, bad night.
But I like you just the way you are.
Rest in peace, Powers Booth. You were one of the greats. It actually did hit hard when he passed, man. I was like, oh, I gotta go screen some Powers Booth classics. You know what I mean? Fuck, it's tragic. He's one of those actors that like brought his A game to every like he didn't get leading man roles in the current era. You know what I mean? He's one of those guys that's been acting for like 30 years. But every time that he's playing the villain or whatever the hell, like it's just he just knocks it out of the fucking park. You know what I mean?
But there's been actors like that for sort of time immemorial. You know, they're in like absolutely fucking everything, just never as the main. You know, never as the protagonist.
Yeah,
and it's because they make such good, you know, protagonists or antagonists.
Yeah, and
you almost don't want them to be a protagonist.
And who do we get instead as leading men? Bobblehead George fucking Clooney, motherfucker. That's what we're left with.
Can I get a whiskey? A little whiskey.
God damn you, Sam. Serpent21, thank you for the $3. Okay, Lalo Schifrin, the composer who did the soundtrack for Dirty Harry, the legendary Scorpio killer theme, which you've never heard it. After the show, you should go listen to it. It is a musical masterpiece.
It's majestic,
yeah. If they are Star Trek fans, tell them Garrick is in it. That's right. He played the killer. Good call. If they want sexiness, Sherry North has a small part. Awesome. Awesome movie. Can't lose. Cool. So are you still talking about? Is that true of the Charlie Varick film? That's who did the soundtrack? And fucking, hold on, don't tell me. Gentleman who played Garrick. Shit!
I knew I'd tell you right now, just to mess
Son of a bitch,
you up.
I've even read the book that he wrote. After A Stitch in Time, it's called, where he personally wrote it about his character Garrick in D Space Nine as an epilogue, the events that happened to Garrick following it. And I can remember the name of his book, and I've even fucking read it, but I can't remember the actor's name. What a piss off. Anyway, thank you for the $3 and driving me crazy with that, by the way. That was greatly appreciated. Gamer Valine, thank you for the $8. Actually, drag that one right out. I knew you would look that up. I knew I would look that up. I did it with the tungsten and depleted uranium last night and somehow stumbled into not being a condescending bitch. That was a good gun conversation. It was. Sam, we talked metallurgy. We went right back to middle school geometry.
Yeah.
Valine didn't know how to calculate the volume of a cylinder.
Oh no.
Pi r squared times length.
Yeah.
She didn't believe me. I said that. She goes, "That's not right." I'm like, "No, that's right. Trust me."
Pi r squared, area of a circle, times length equals volume.
Hang on. Valine's Miss Engineer ass didn't know how to do that, and I knew how to do that. Wait a minute.
Because
Is it opposite day? I think it's opposite day.
we were talking about adding weight to guns, and I had was having that conversation with Reaper, and tungsten being a very dense metal. We started talking about why tungsten, what is his relative density, and if you had a half-inch rod of tungsten, a half-inch diameter rod of tungsten at 6 inches long, and you were to insert several of them into the stock of your rifle, how much would that weigh? Well, let's find out how much it weighs per. And it's so many grams per cubic centimeter. Holy shit, this is the nerdy shit we get into late at night, guys. Believe it or not, our Discord is not very interesting. But then Zelthor's there, and he's got memes, so it's okay.
Oh yeah, the Zelthor is the life and soul of the fucking party.
Yeah.
It really is.
A rod of tungsten. Now, let me ask you this. So you think about 6 inches, Sam, okay? So you know 6
Yes.
inches. You plus
Vaguely.
about 2 inches. Okay, so you just to put it in a context you can grasp.
Until I see you anyway, Polly.
Yeah. A 6-inch rod of tungsten, and it is a half-inch in diameter. How much do you think it weighs?
Oh God. 6 inch long by what? Sorry, what was the diameter?
Half-inch.
Half an inch. Oh, it's got to be 3 or 4 pounds, surely.
Jesus Christ! Wow, you really overcalled it. No.
Really?
Yeah, and
I was gonna say, 'cause I
was
know
down at,
tungsten's fucking dense.
if I remember, it was like 1.1 pounds, and I was like, God,
Really?
holding that thing in your hand, like, you don't even need a blackjack or a police baton. You could just have this small metal rod with some tape around one end, and you like cracking motherfuckers
Oh,
over the
no,
skull
but-
and breaking joints and shit. Like, what?
Yeah, but think about this though, right? With it being as dense as it is and as solid as it is, and it being crystalline because it's metal, all that shock's gonna get transferred right into your fucking pinky finger.
Yeah,
That's gonna
but
be awful.
that's why you wrap the fabric tape around the end, not just for grip,
Yeah.
but shock absorption. And thank you to everyone who told me. Andrew Robinson, Serpent21 only gave me part of it, but Mort knew it. And let's see who else. I saw someone else name it. Oh, Molly, of course. Molly, Andrew Robinson. There it is. Yeah, it's there. Polly tips on how to take out security from behind. Yes, and I can give you this tip. Okay, and this one's serious. You know the extendable batons, the ones where that they have the foam handle, they go and they telescope out, and they got the little weighted ball at the end. You know the kind I mean, right?
Yeah.
Don't buy one made of Chinesium. Seriously.
Nah, they snap.
Yeah, exactly. They fold over, and once you've extended them, if you extend them with too much force, which you're probably going to do in a situation of danger where you want to, or if you're just testing it out to see how fast you get it to extend. Try getting that motherfucker recollapsed again. Good luck. Good luck. It's because it's a piece of crap made by children who aren't paid anything. You know what I mean? Buy American. And I know it sounds like, buy American. No, it's just they're the only ones that are going to build those things to a standard. And it's like you're counting on this thing to be a defensive tool. It better fucking work.
I mean, but also support the American steel industry, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, my God. What's wrong with you people? George Clooney's Kessler, thank you for the $3. In Pulp Fiction, when Butch saves Marcellus, Butch moved to Oklahoma because Marcellus was pretty fucking far from okay. You get that?
I guess it's time for another drink, Polly.
Yeah. So Eve, after the scene where he's been like, unfortunately, Marcellus Wallace has been raped, Butch saves him, and then Butch says to him, he's like, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "I'm pretty fucking far from okay." That's the joke.
Oh.
And George Clooney's Kessler ends it up with ha cha cha cha. Very nice. People very rarely use the cha-cha-cha line. It's always da-doom. There's lots of options. Don't pigeonhole yourself. What?
What are you giggling at?
Yeah.
Besides the obvious.
You guys.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's a justified reason to laugh. We're hilarious. Now, Sam, I have a question for you.
Yes. Yes.
Are sap gloves legal in France?
Sap gloves?
Yeah, they're okay. So gloves that
As in
have.
those made from...
If you were about to say the liquid inside of trees, I'll reach through this microphone so quick that you just.
You're such a shake.
Yeah. It's. I told Weebo like about 2 weeks ago. Like I've said so many times, I'm gonna reach through this microphone, give you such a shake, and then she's talking about like, oh well, you got to come to the next Renaissance fair, you know, and I was talking, no, we should all meet up in Las Vegas because it's ultra cheap to fly in, and if you're not a gambler, you can totally take advantage of the fact that they're trying to sucker all the gamblers out of their kids' college funds and whatnot. Because if you don't have the gambling bug, you could take advantage of the $1.99 shrimp cocktails and the cheap drinks, even though they're watered down. Doesn't matter, just keep drinking, you'll get drunk. Yeah, and you know, prime rib buffets at 5 a.m, all the awesome shit that's there for the gamblers. But if you're not a gambler and dumping your fucking house payments on the fucking craps table, you're taking advantage of them. It's a fucking huge win. It's a great party town.
It's a calculated risk.
Yeah. There's the sex bots. I was wondering where they were at. Thank you.
Oh god, I'm slow off the mark.
In any case, she's like, yeah, so we should really get together. And I'm like, I don't know if you want to do that, Weebo. And she's like, why? You don't want to see me? I said, I don't think you want to see me. You've got about 8 to 10 minutes of solid shake time when I first see you.
Polly, you're not supposed to shake people that small.
There's
a whole condition around it.
How many times did I say this, Weebo? Now stand still. I'm gonna grab by the shoulder, just shake her for like 8 minutes straight.
You gotta be careful when they're that small. They'll get shaken baby syndrome, and that's never good.
That's exactly what I was going for.
But just another guy reminded me. They're weighted gloves. So they're gloves that are not only are they padded, so they're leather or synthetic leather-like material, so they're not going to tear either your knuckles up. You understand what I mean? And deliver a
you mean like MMA gloves, right?
No, yes, like MMA gloves, but instead of padding on the inside of the knuckles, it's like number 12 lead shot.
I genuinely don't know whether that would be illegal or not. There are rules about what does and does not constitute brass knuckles, because even though they're not considered sharp objects, they are considered literally translated, it's called a white weapon, which is blades, clubs, that sort of thing, right?
Right.
Martial weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It just because for some reason they get dropped off a lot of criminal codifications legislatively. They just don't get added on. You know what a blackjack is?
Yeah.
Right.
Short kosh. Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason why they're called sap gloves is a nickname for smacking somebody over the back of the head with a blackjack is to sap them. I sapped him.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing. So sap gloves, same kind of idea, right? Because it's gloves filled with the same small amount of lead shot, but just in the knuckles. And so, yeah, I have a pair because they're perfectly legal here. So if you're ever going to go beat the shit out of somebody in Minecraft, you put on a pair of sap gloves. One, teeth are sharp, and they will cut your knuckles up. Okay, and two, unless you're practiced with a heavy bag, you want to be able to hit harder than your ego tells you can. You understand what I'm saying?
I mean, you make a valid point. Maybe I should get a pair of those just keep in the truck with me.
That one actually scared me that time. I was expecting Freemasons run the country, and then all of a sudden, I just...
I'm sorry.
All good.
Garevaline, thank you for the $1. Hobbits are a proud and robust species. We can take the shake. I just got a funny mental image of her legs right off the ground, dangling back and forth as she's being shaken. You know.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can confirm Valine does make a good arm prop, though. She's at just the right height for you to rest your elbow on top of her head.
Yeah, we have pictographical proof of that, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
It's well, I'm just going down. I was reading it. No, Noir Bar donos. No. They're all down there and listed. Just the ones that say Halloween or Halloween specific donations. So they're all still down there. As a matter of fact,
yeah,
all the AAA donations are still active. Like if you hit 1050, you'll still get the Sea Walking Priest. Well, he's a prince of dancing, isn't he? It's fine.
I mean, yes, really.
Yeah. So they're all still active. They're just not listed. I just put the Noir Bar ones because some of those replace some of the AAA ones, or a whole number of them replace the AAA ones.
He's not a prince of dance. He's a sultan of swag.
Nice. Very nice. Patio Furniture says she has a blackjack. That's awesome. I went looking up blackjacks, and they are wildly oversized. Like the ones I was looking at. I want one, if only for the nostalgia of it. You know, I read a lot of Raymond Chandler, and people are constantly getting sapped out. Like, it's just... Yeah.
They're only supposed to be like, what, 3 inches long, something like that?
Yeah, like they're little guys. Like the majority of the thing is supposed to be the handle, and then just a little weighted bag on the end. And guys, you know, take advantage of the modern design. Okay? Just like your Wii remote. It's got a fucking lanyard for your wrist for a reason. You don't want someone being able to take your sapping tool away from you, or if it slips out of your hand, it's a problem. Use the lanyard. Not that I would know. I'm just saying.
Like that, but you know, you can use that shit to build up some extra leverage in a pinch. If it's around your wrist.
Server21 said previously, you know, you realize I'm the one donating under all of these names. I had a suspicion. I didn't know, but yeah.
I had an S suspicion. No, that doesn't work. Never mind. Moving on.
What about extendable batons? Are they legal in France?
Yes, they are. You do have to have taken a safety course with them, though.
Okay.
Yeah, as in, you know, the ones that like the traditional police batons that are more like a tonfa.
Yes.
Yeah, those ones. Yes. You can get extensible versions of those. I can't speak to the American style ones that are just like a dense car aerial. I don't know as regards to those.
Frank Caps is screw it, go old school, a padlock and a sock. What are we? UC Berkeley teachers at a fucking Antifa rally? I mean, come on.
See, I like a condom full of small gravel from someone's driveway. Put that inside a sock. See, because it's less likely to burst. And my fucking god, can you? Not that I would know.
Right.
Not that I would know at all.
Like, let's not forget the idea of a blackjack is to impart a great amount of force to the back of someone's head and knock them the fuck out. Can you fracture skulls with it? Sure you can, but you are not remotely as likely to fracture their skull as if you crack them with a bat or the tungsten rod we were talking about or whatever the hell.
Yeah. It's hardness and leverage. You just don't have enough with a proper blackjack.
And now, like I said, a powerful person doing it or at a good angle or whatever, yeah, you know, you shouldn't underestimate the amount of force involved. You totally can crack a skull, so of course you should be careful, et cetera, et cetera. But the idea is that you can, you know, get away with doing it because you're trying to knock the fucking person out. You're not trying to kill them. You know what I mean? Unlike, let's just time for pictures. Let me just share my screen.
Ooh, pictures.
Screen.
Love picture time.
Hell yeah. There we go. And for chat, play capture. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Colt Buntline Special. It's got a 12-inch barrel on it, and largely apocryphal. This is one of the revolvers that Wyatt Earp loved to crank people over the back of the head with. Buffaloing them, they called it back in the day, because buffalo are so... they're not skittish at all. You can walk right up on them. Buffalo, I mean. Yeah, and like then shoot them with your 50 caliber muzzle loader, and then they just kind of fall over and die. It's one of the reasons that, it was so easy to wipe them out. Not that the Indians didn't wipe most of them out before we got here, charging them over a cliff, and then everybody claims that they used every part of them. Really? When they were mushed against the gravel, they used every part? Interesting. Almost sounds like a made-up bullshit story. Anyway,
bullshit.
Yeah. Now,
I see what you did there.
Now, Earp, as a matter of, just historical trivia, did actually have a pair of these, a set of bunt lines. But the question is, did he ever actually use it to buffalo people with, crank them over the back of the head? Because he doesn't want to shoot people. What he wants to do is knock them out, knock them the fuck out, and then arrest them, because his job in Tombstone did not pay a salary. He got paid per arrest. Now, lawmen who get paid per arrest, think about it, tend to make a lot of arrests, justified or otherwise.
Like our good friend, the base judge.
Yes, like that. We might want to bring up Roy Bean tonight. I'll think about it. Based Bean, baby. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, Sam and I had a good time looking into the history of a certain guy named Judge Roy Bean. And holy shit, does he have a colorful history, man. Based as fuck. But the thing about these revolvers, right? I mean, look at that. That is a solid fucking piece of steel with a handle on it. So you can get some real momentum going. You know how many people got cranked over the back of the head and were never right again?
Oh, right, yeah. The reason it's called the special, because if you don't get shot with it, it might leave you special.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh, well, I didn't kill him. And it's like, Jesus Christ, he can't move his left arm. He's got, like, you just knocked 30 IQ points right out of his skull, man.
It might have been kinder to kill him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, but he didn't die is the point. And it's like, well, okay, yeah, but anyway, that's the old school extendable baton, except it doesn't collapse. Frontline special.
It's the long arm of the law.
Yeah.
That's a point. Is life really worth living at that point?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm curious, Sam. You got to start looking up laws in France. I'm curious what they allow in terms of protect. How about bullet-resistant vests?
You can own body armor. I own a couple of vests myself.
Cool. Okay. Because you're freer than California and Massachusetts and Washington, D.C.
True.
And New York State.
Said, that being said, I'm ex-mil myself, so I appreciate a good. I appreciate a good vest.
Massachusetts is ridiculous. You know they didn't even allow menthol cigarettes in that state?
I absolutely believe that. Yeah. Oh, it might attract the kids to smoking. Fuck off.
No, seriously. Like we were stopping through there, and Kayla stopped at the gas station. Was going to get some cigarettes. They're like, "Yeah, we don't have menthol cigarettes," and she's like, "What?" And she's like, "They're like, yeah, no, we have really high taxes and terrible carry laws. Yeah, you should just leave. You should just keep driving." The guy at the gas station actually told her that.
Nice. Oh, and as Gamer Valine and I were talking about last night before we get off that subject of our gun discussion, we're both talking about why we like all metal, but especially all steel framed guns. That polymer framed guns have their advantages. They absolutely do. I own 2, and they're great for what they are great for. But try and pistol whip somebody with a fucking polymer framed gun.
No, just punch them at that point.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Just punch them.
Because the proper way to pistol whip somebody is not by holding the grip of a modern gun. You flip it around and hold the barrel, and then you whip the shit out of them with the grip. That's the point. And as soon as you've done that with a polymer frame gun, nothing. Now, pistol whip them with a 1911.
Yeah, That's actually why it's called a 1911, because if you pistol whip someone with it, they'll be out for 19 hours and 11 minutes.
At a minimum. Yeah, you be fucking careful. It's what was the other thing that grabbed my attention? Oh yeah, just another guy was asking, level 3A plus or level 4 with plates. Yeah, what is it? Plate carriers? What do you got, Sam?
Level 3 plus plate carrier. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a plate in it?
I also, I've got one plate that's always in it, and then I've got a couple of backup plates as well, just in case.
Okay. I've got a level 3 vest, unshot. I know some people that actually bought shot vests. Like, really? Where did you even get that? Because like somebody bought it to take it to the range to test the. Excuse me, I forgot the phrase. The background signature, like what the how far it pokes through. Because I mean, if it pokes in 4 or 5 inches, I mean, say goodbye. Jesus. I really overdid it on that one. Fuck.
Really good.
Gamer Valine, thank you for the $1. We are twinsies with one gun. High five. Yeah. We both have Smith & Wesson M&P 40 calibers. And I don't care what anyone says about 40 caliber. Fucking awesome cartridge.
I'm not going to say it.
I'm glad you won't. I mean, it's not my favorite. My favorite is 45, but I have no problem with the 40. What kills me is that people say, oh, I don't want to pay for 40. It's so much more expensive and not that much more effective. Okay, one, yes, it is more expensive. I agree. Not that much more effective. Okay, check your ballistic math. You're wrong. But they've all gone over to 10 mil. Wait, that's more expensive. What the fuck? It's almost like they make it up as they go. I don't know.
You know what it is about 40 though for me is like it's kind of like the White Claw of rounds. It does work. It does work. It can.
Uh-huh.
It's just there are better ways, in my opinion. And the people that drink White Claw.
The people that drink White Claw. Okay, what about them? Or what, they're a higher class of people than those who drink Thunderbird?
Who knows? Distinction without much difference, I guess. No.
Yeah, okay, Valine answered it there. Yeah, we both have Gen 1s. Platy has a Gen 2 M&P in 9 mil full size. No, she got the compact, excuse me. And I don't give a damn about any of the features on the Gen 2. I would be happy to have them all, is a better way to say it. It's just, I'm not going to go out of my way for them. There's just one thing the Gen 2 has that I love that my Gen 1 doesn't. A detent on the slide lock. So if you slam the magazine in, like with gusto, like you're going to do, there's a real good chance it's going to cause the slide to pop forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why they included a little spring tension detent on the 2.0. So when it's locked up, it's locked up. And so you have to actually pull the slide back or push down on the slide lock switch to make the slide go forward. I do USPSA, and when I compete in production class, I use that full-size M&P 40. And yeah, there's been times where, a whole bunch of times, where slamming a fresh mag and the slide jumps forward on you. And it's like, okay, what, isn't a round loaded? Aren't you ready to go then? Yes, but it was unexpected. And there's that moment of, what the fuck? And it's not good. You want consistency. You know what I mean? Just saying.
Yeah. Colonel Sanders raises something of a point. He says 40 is nice for shorter barrels. I can't really speak to that from experience, Polly. Anything to...
You know what
I ain't shot an awful lot of 40.
You know what my call would be on that? It might be or it might not be. I don't actually know, but I can tell you this. A whole bunch of ammunition manufacturers produce ammo that is deliberately made for short barrels. So, i.e., very fast-burning powder, but more to the point, bullets with thinner jackets and deeper hollow point cavities or softer lead compound, meaning they're meant to open up at a lower velocity, and a lower velocity is what you're going to have with a shorter barrel. That interests me. You know what I mean? Because
right horse for the right course, right?
Damn right. Here's the thing. You get guys who are all like Federal HST all day, every day. It's the only round that's worth it. You know, it's what the FBI HRT uses, the FBI SWAT team, the hostage rescue team. They've never rescued a single hostage. That's just what they're called. It's the FBI SWAT team, right? And they're like, oh, you know, that's what the HRT uses, is Federal HST. And it's like, okay, is that how you make your decisions on your purchases? What LAPD SWAT or the FBI uses? Because if
I'm going to say using the government as a barometer for anything is a terrible idea.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, Sam. Let's go with that thinking for a second. Okay. What does LAPD, what do LAPD SWAT and the FBI HRT carry as their sidearm? A Kimber 1911 and 45. There you go. Best gun in the world by your standard. My 1911 just happens to be a Kimber, so there. Yeah. But the point is that
I don't disagree. I don't disagree, even though I don't own one. Mine's a Smith & Wesson Repro. So, but yeah, I would like a Kimber, personally.
Let's get back to the Smith 1911s in just a hot second, because there's something that's really cool that Smith has that no one else has. Better off to go with a type of ammunition that is specifically designed for short-barreled guns, regardless of the caliber. Do you understand what I mean? Because then you're going to get something that's going to work at that. So I'm just busting balls on Federal HST. Is it great ammo? Yeah, it is. But don't expect the same kind of performance out of a 2-inch barrel or a 2.5-inch barrel that you got out of a 5-inch. Your bullet might not even expand. And you think that it will because you were looking at some ballistic gel tests, like either in Federal's own advertisement or in some YouTube video. Were they using the same length barrel you are going to be using? Do you know what I mean?
Chances are not, yeah.
Yeah, and Spear Gold Dot, you know, that line of ammunition does have a specific set of ammunition that's designed for short barrels. And the jacket's actually bonded to the bullet, which HST is not. So there. Nah. But we were talking about cool metals. Smith & Wesson has scandium frame guns.
Mm-hmm.
Envious jelly. I want one. Why are they the only firearms manufacturer that makes things out of scandium? I had never even heard of scandium. They're like, it's on the periodic table. And I'm like, I pulled a Valine and I was like, no. And so, you know, off to the internet, right? And it's like, holy shit.
Swear to God.
There it is. SC.
Every time I go to the periodic table, I swear they fucking change the names while I'm not looking. I swear, every time I look back at it, there's something new on there. Like, what? When did this arrive?
Just so the guy says they use the lowest bidder or proprietary. That's cool, bro. It's cool. But I mean, in a kind of okay, you're sort of not wrong. They have a budget, obviously, and if they were going with the lowest bidder, they would have went with Glocks. Glocks sell them below cost. 2, law enforcement, and then in addition, agree to refurnish any one of the firearms that needs maintenance up to 3 times. So it's like, that's the way they say they're modular, is that we will just keep fixing it again and again and again. Why would they do that? World's best advertising? Because hell, you can argue with success. Glock has had unparalleled success, right? They didn't invent the polymer frame gun, but they made it famous and got everybody in the industry chasing them to have a polymer framed firearm as well. So you can't argue with success. How'd they do it? Largely through advertising their safe action triggers by getting a bunch of law enforcement agencies to carry it. And everyone thought, fuck yeah. Now how'd they do that? They offer the guns at below cost to law enforcement. Well done. So if it really was about the lowest bidder, strictly, they would have, the HRT, FBI HRT, and LAPD SWAT would be using Glocks. But they have a different budget. They got, so now they can pick the gun that they want.
Mm-hmm. Like,
But
it's
just
like
another guy's
something,
like, but
so,
I
you
am
know.
not wrong. Like, well, okay, you're not wrong. I'm. What's the word, Sam?
Expounding.
I'm expounding. Yes, I'm pontificating on your point. How about that?
Steel Manning.
Yes.
Scandia Manning.
That brings to mind another gun. And yeah, Kimber's, they get to get around some expenses. There's no question about that by using metal injection molded parts at non-high stress components. So the thumb safety and the grip safety and the mag release and the slide lock are all MIM metal injection molded parts, which are cheaper than forged milled metal. So they cut corners there to lower the overall cost of the firearm. So yeah, to me, it doesn't bother me, because show me another semi-custom gun like Kimber where they match slide to frame throughout the production process. So Sam, pick up your Smith & Wesson 1911 and give it a shake. You know those noises you hear? That's exactly what I don't hear when I shake my Kimber.
See, I don't hear those noises because I had mine retooled
Did you really?
specifically to get rid of that. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I paid a lot of money for that as well.
I want to show you guys something. Have you ever heard of SIS? The LAPD division SIS.
I don't believe I have, no.
Special Investigation
Yes.
Service.
Oh,
They're a tactical
only-
detective squad.
I think only tangentially through something else. What about you, Eve?
yes.
So, sorry, I had it wrong. Not service. Section. Special Investigation Section. SIS is like their elite detective service. If you want some fun reading, and I mean fun like, holy shit, geez, you gotta be kidding me. They did that? Like, it's, yeah, read up on SIS. They're not the most uncontroversial detective squad out there in American law enforcement. Bear with me on this and indulge me, if you will. I just want to get the story out quick instead of having to, carry on about it forever.
Yeah.
Here's basically what they do. They get a whole bunch of tips and a whole bunch of information because they have all source metro intelligence access to who's doing what. Some street scumbag gets caught with, a half ounce of meth. And so he rats out anybody and everybody he knows, right? And that sort of thing happens across the board, especially like prostitutes. You want to go to jail. You want a solicitation charge on your record. Tell us everything about everyone you know and have ever seen. And then they let her go or him go. You get the idea.
Yeah.
All this intelligence ends up being gathered, and they find out who they're going to go after because they want to go after bigger fish and smaller fish, SIS, because they're, quote, elite. Now, they are not allowed to interdict, as the phrasing goes, until they witness a felony in action. Again, bear with me. So what they do is they're very, very good at hanging out as a giant squad of guys, observing with, electronics and basic optics and whatnot, following guys around and rotating tails and whatnot. And the moment that they catch them in the middle of a felony, they all jump out and shoot them dead. Now, are they supposed to be shooting
Some
them?
secret police bullshit.
Well, yeah, it's like, are they supposed to be shooting them dead? No, they're supposed to be effectuating an arrest. But the people that they're going after are dangerous criminals and are usually armed. And they're all told this. Of course, they're told that. It's what their section exists for, is to go after particularly dangerous, violent criminals that are committing major robberies and homicides and are suspected of them and whatnot, right? So when they, I mean, think about it. If you ever watch like AAA or go on Twitter, you'll see lots of videos of like the guy didn't take his seatbelt off fast enough and he's being hauled out through his fucking car window. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, this is just some dude. Like, imagine when they're going after a guy who's got a rap sheet as long as my arm and, they witness him in the middle of a felony. So yeah, they all jump out and they say, don't fucking move, get down on the fucking ground. If the guy doesn't immediately comply, they assume it's because he wants to fight it out. He wants to hold court in the street. So they end up just shooting him down. And that's the fun of reading up on SIS. It's like, holy shit, you guys have gunned down a lot of fucking people. You are more like a fucking hit squad than you are in an investigation service, and thus the.
I mean,
Well, even Elaine said it in chat. She said they're like a modern day Pinkerton. You know, they'll just kind of do whatever the fuck they want.
Ooh, nice comparison, actually. I mean, not full on for their time, but yeah, nice comparison. And just another guy, sounds sketchy shit. It is sketchy shit. So, having the budget that they do, because they do have a fairly nice budget, they went to Kimber to get their own guns, and there it is, the SIS Special Model Kimber. Notice how the cocking serrations are in the form of the letters SIS.
yeah, that's. I mean, how could you not? It's probably the first thing you notice looking at it, right?
Yeah, it's like and like right on the side, SIS Custom. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna ask you, cool or incredibly gaudy and tasteless, considering who you are, what you're doing, the seriousness of your position. What do you think?
That's
It's
a little. Go ahead.
It's just, it's very KGB.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like not like upper echelon KGB, and certainly not the guys on the ground, but sort of like the middle of the road KGB. You know, custom scribed weapons and all. I don't know. It's just a vibe I get. I don't hate it.
Right.
I mean, it needs cleaning up. I mean, Jesus Christ, look at the end of that thing. But
Yeah, it's been scratched as fuck. Something tells me this was an actual service piece.
yeah,
It's kind of huffing your own farts, isn't it? I mean, Jesus.
Fair enough. It conforms
Super.
to the yeah. I forget what Kimber calls their it's a God damn it. Whatever. It's identical to a standard model Kimber except for the fact of the cocking serrations, and it has a different rear sight. Other than that, across the board identical to their standard stainless lawn LTE. That's what it is. The Kimber LTE Custom 2.
are the grip plates standard as well?
Are the
'Cause I
what?
quite like those.
Are the what?
The grip plates. They are
Oh.
on the sides of the grip there.
They
Are
are
those
available.
standard?
They're not standard with the LTE, but they're purchasable through Kimber's shop. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I dropped the ball. No, they have a solid trigger where most of the time they're either
Skeletonized.
Yeah, with the 3 holes or 2 kidney shapes, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
They went with the solid.
I don't hate a solid trigger. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I love Joshua Gummer. He's like more like an off-duty firearm. Yeah, you would think, but I mean, so here you are as an SIS guy, right? And it's like, okay, we're all gonna like jump out, and we're going up against like dudes that are pretty goddamn serious, and like so you hit them, and you want them to go the fuck down, and it's like, okay, I want a fucking 45. You know what I mean? Because you want to hit, you want to impart great force, extremely effectively, and so yeah. And for Christ's sake, they've got the budget to have custom Kimbers made for them, which is wild. And this gun itself and that group, this didn't help with their controversy. They stopped making them right away and stopped carrying them as well, because holy shit, you guys are rolling around with your own branded firearms. Like, this is getting weird, if you know what I mean.
It's a bit Call of Duty, isn't it?
Yeah. You've unlocked custom gun, that kind of thing. Yeah, it just
Exactly.
holy fuck. They stopped carrying them, and one of the reasons was like California legislators, they had to weigh in because news entertainers started asking them about, it's like, were you aware of this? What happens if one of those things turns up at a crime scene? Where did it come from? Are they available for the consumer market? Can anybody buy them? And for a short time, I think, don't quote me, that they actually were. I mean, the only difference is that rear sight, and why you want that rear sight is it's squared off like that, so you can do one-handed. You can rack to slide one-handed off your belt, your shoe, the curb, whatever, but you need some sort of ledge to be able to do it off of, where the standard sights are too angled to do that with. There isn't a nice solid ledge to wedge up against like that. So it actually is a nice rear sight. But yeah, anyway, there's the... and just to give you an idea, like, it's passed on into fiction. I don't know if you've ever seen Training Day with Denzel and Ethan Hawke?
I believe I've seen part of it, but I don't recall very much of it. I've seen Denzel and an awful lot of things.
Sure.
And don't recall much of them. In all honesty.
So you have Denzel Washington, and super short version, he's basically a rogue cop, and you find out like delights in his own evil is the best way to say it.
Right.
If you've seen the movie, it's actually a little bit more nuanced than that, but for our purposes here, that's it. He's
a relatable character.
Yeah, he's trying to convince the new guy, the rookie, Ethan Hawke. I'm pretty sure that's Ethan Hawke. That's him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. He's trying to convince Ethan Hawke that, like, hey, look, this extremely rough way we go about law enforcement, plain clothes, hanging out with gangsters, carrying on as if we were gangsters ourselves. This is it. This is how special investigations works. This is how undercover works. What did you think it was? I'm sorry, I'm the one that had to expose you to it, but you know, I love the line. This shit is chess. It's not checkers. You know, meaning it's not handcuffing people. It's not the way this shit works. At one point when he's trying to convince them, he's got his 3-man team behind him that are part of his very aggressive unit that makes more arrests and more collars and has more criminal prosecutions and pulls in more intelligence than like anybody else. And it's like you begin to realize why throughout the course of the movie, because it's just how they play. Like, you know, it's extremely rough and aggressive. And civil rights, what's that? Like, you know, and nobody complains because, you know, they wake up dead. He's talking to him and he says to him, Johnny, where are you going? Where are you getting transferred to next year? And he goes, SIS. And Denzel goes, SIS. After 2 years with me, that's where he's headed. You give me 2 years, I'll give you a career. You know what I mean? Like, as part of the persuasion. That in and of itself is supposed to be a really cold inside line. SIS is only going to take on rogue cop, cold-blooded bastards. Do you see what I mean? It's like,
make bitches. Career, you just it'll make your career. It'll only cost you your soul.
Right? Which is like a small little line in the movie, but when I noticed when he said that, it's like, where are you going, SIS? And then Denzel says it like with these big eyes, like SIS. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the cream of the crop, the top of the elite. Where do you think you learned to do that shit with guys like me? Yeah. Good little line in that movie.
I will, it's training day. Let me actually write that down. It's on my my ever-growing list of movies I need to fucking watch.
Really good movie. I looked for 2 years to find Alonzo Harris's jacket. That's Denzel Washington's character, Alonzo Harris, to find his leather jacket and that he wears in that movie. And I found it, and I rock it with swagger. You want to see? You know you want to see.
Well, duh.
Yes.
Don't make me pull out the teddy bear with the adorable hat.
I'm sorry, there's a teddy bear with an adorable hat, and I haven't seen it.
Okay, so I'll send it to you after this. But yeah, while Polly's looking this up, it's look at that.
Find a larger picture of it. There we go. And we'll just embiggen. Yeah, it won't allow you to embiggenate. Hey, Christ, look at that. What a gorgeous
fucking baller he looks there.
But thank you.
So you have that code, is what you're saying?
There it is. Yes, I do. It took a long time to find it. Because a lot of the jackets that are that long end up having very large, almost like 70s styles lapels on them.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. That has suit coat lapels on them at the bottom, and then the top corner gets much larger. If you pop the collar, it's going to stand up quite tall on its own, and you want to be able to do that when it's raining. I mean, you can see it, like, it is a quite long jacket, but it doesn't go all the way to being like a, I don't know, Gestapo jacket length or something. You know what I mean? And it is buttons all the way up to the top, no zippers, buttons all the way up to the top, right where the lapels stop. And then pockets, no breast pockets, only side slanted hand pockets. And you'd think it wouldn't be that hard to find this jacket. I had to look for it. Holy shit. And yeah, I had to pay it off slowly on layaway. I was like, it was worth it.
I'd be tempted to have something like that made rather than try and find it for purchase.
Yeah.
It'd probably be around the same price, right?
Holly, I'm glad we have this in common, that I will get obsessed with a particular article of clothing and I will not rest until I find it and purchase it. Like, I become just fixated on it like that. And I'm glad that, we share this, this burden in life.
It's with certain things, yeah. Like in terms of like clothing, it's like, no, I can't not do without that jacket. I gotta have that jacket. And yeah, I'm goddamn glad I got it. You know what I think is racist? That they got the black man smoking menthol cigarettes. I mean, what the fuck?
I have never known. Oh, sorry.
I said, we know only white people smoke those.
Yeah. Well, I can just tell because I smoke Marlboro menthols, and I can tell from the side of the pack. That's a pack of Marlboro menthols. You can tell by the green label on the side where it is. Yeah.
It's weird. I know quite a few black people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Varying sort of ethnicities and backgrounds. Some Americans, some Caribbeans, some actual Africans.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know a single goddamn one of them that smokes or has smoked a menthol cigarette. Not one.
Really?
Yeah. It's I don't know. Is that weird? I think it's weird.
I think it's weird. Okay, do you know anybody that smokes menthol cigarettes?
I mean, I when I was poor and they were cheaper, yeah, I used to smoke them.
So hold on, because where you're at, menthol cigarettes are cheaper than regular?
They used to be, yeah. They used to be. They've since bumped the tax on them right the way up, so they're actually more expensive than regular cigarettes now. To protect the children.
Hey, Drunkle Uncle's in chat. Hey, what's up, Drunkle?
Hi, Drunkle.
I used to smoke menthol sometimes, but they banned them here in Canada. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Is it for the same reason they banned them in Massachusetts? Because they appeal to kids.
Oh, God, it's so fucking ridiculous. Stop selling shit to kids, then. Enforce the existing laws rather than making new ones.
You take your far-right ultra-MAGA thoughts and get the fuck out of my bar.
Make cigarettes great again. I'd say the other thing, but it's YouTube.
Well, I don't know what the other thing is, and I'm glad you didn't say it. Whatever the hell it is.
It's a poly word.
Oh, Eve, speaking of clothing.
I didn't do it.
Okay. I'm going to take your word. I'm going to take your word on that. Women who go out of their way to put on a particular outfit, you know what I mean? You can tell that they put a lot of thought into it. Women, as we know, are they're into their compliments. As long as you're not like a creepy fucker about it, they're into their compliments. They like the attention and whatnot. And I can understand that if you put a lot of thought and effort into what you're wearing. It was like,
hey, you want to get noticed, right?
Yeah. It was like 3-4 days ago. I see this woman walking by. And she has on what I'm going to call a summer dress, but on top of it, a black leather corset. Like, not corset. That's not the right word.
Bustier?
The waist cinchers? That's a corset, right?
Yeah, typically, yeah. I mean,
type of corset, yeah.
Yeah, like it didn't. There was no titty support. Like it went like up and under the breast and stopped right there. You know what I mean? She had like that on, and then the dress went down to about her knees, and then matching black pattern because it was textured boots on, and then
like a bodice almost.
Yeah, and then a very short black leather jacket, and then the dress itself was a really deep shade of blue. And I'm like, somebody bothered here. And when I thought about like that corset, I'm like, that's something Eve would wear, like something they put together for like a LARPing character or just to go out in the world and walk with swagger. And I saw it.
I like to pretend I put that much effort in my daily outfits, but I really don't.
And
no,
the only reason I was there is because I had taken an Uber, and my friend said, I'll meet you there. And I was like, okay. So I'm standing there smoking, waiting for him to show up, and that's when she walked by. And I was like, hey, I love your dress. I was a little drunk. I said, hey, I like your dress. And she looked over at me, and I said, well, the combination with and like I made like the thing around the waist, whatever. I said, it looks good together. Like that. And then she walked over and said, thank you. Thank you. I had to buy it separately. And she, instantly wants to start talking about it, right? It was...
And honey, the best thing you can do to a woman is notice what she's wearing. If you got like 50% of the time, if you notice what a girl's wearing, you've already done more than most other guys in her life have done. So you automatically just went up like 17 ranks. Either she thought you were gay or she thought you were like sensitive enough to pay attention to what she was wearing. And either way, you did better in her eyes than most other men did.
I know she didn't think I was gay. She just appreciated the compliment, and I'll tell you how I know. Like I said, I wasn't drunk. I was mildly tipsy at best, but just I took an Uber because I was past
seasoned.
I was past the point of being able to drive. The pickling had begun. And he goes, "Well, take an Uber over here, and I'll grab you, and then we can go." I'm like, "Okay, cool." She goes, "Oh, thank you. It took me a long time to find it online and match it with the boots." I said, "Yeah, I know that the boots match." And she goes, "Yeah. My boyfriend doesn't like that." I mentioned boyfriend twice in the next like 20 seconds. So yeah, she didn't think I was gay. She just wanted to make it clear, I'm not looking to be picked up. Your compliments are music to my ears because I'm, a woman.
Yeah.
And he doesn't pay enough attention to me.
My boyfriend never notices.
He doesn't pay why.
That's going on our Instagram. I can almost guarantee it. There will be some comment to that effect.
Because Drunko brings up Luckies are a nice smoke. I was used to smoke one before a stage show for luck. Oh, okay. Hey, nice ritual. I like that. When I was over in Scotland, I walked into what we would call a bodega. I'm not really sure what the hell you'd call them there. Corner store? Market. But small, like a bodega is.
A corner shop, yeah.
Yeah. So I walk in there to get a pack of cigarettes, and I look up like behind the guy behind the counter at all the cigarettes on the wall, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I didn't recognize nothing. I'm looking for Marlboro. Like, I thought Marlboros was sold like in the deepest parts of southern Mongolia. Like, you know what I mean? But no, I'm looking around and I'm like, Lucky Strike. I recognize that. They put that on NASCARs. Like, that kind of thing. And
Pulling out himself as a secret southerner.
So I'm like, I'll take a pack of Lucky Strikes, and I'm sure with the accent and the fact that I didn't call them Luckies, I called them Lucky Strikes. It's like, wow, foreigner. You know what I mean? And he goes, that'll be, however many pounds or whatever it was. And I shuffled around with all their weird shaped coins and whatnot, and paid the man. I have never smoked a faster smoking cigarette in my life. It didn't matter. It didn't matter what I bought. I asked someone else that was there. Yeah, the Luckies, but I thought it's just the Lucky Strikes that are like this. So I said, what is a rich tobacco that's like a standard go-to? Like, I'm looking for Marlboros. I can't find it. If I want to buy something that's more local. And he said, Hedges and Benson.
Benson and Hedges, yeah.
Benson and Hedges. Yeah. Okay. I was
other way around.
I was really close, except for 2 letters. Okay.
Yeah.
He said, get some
golds, blues, blacks. Yeah.
Yeah. He could get Benson and Hedges. I think it was black. And I was like, okay, same thing. Same thing. As soon as I smell it, man, y'all got some seriously loose packed cigarettes over there. They are cheating you.
They're not actually. When it comes to the UK, and I think most of Europe, certainly all of the European Union, there are very, very strong limitations on what they can do with the tobacco and what they can add into like the paper and all that kind of shit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very, very limited, very, very limited. Let's say,
Oh, nice.
Benson's.
Ham and Beans is here. Good evening from Gulf City, and a good evening to all of you. Tell everyone there that we said what's up, and we'll raise a glass to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to do it right now. So, by all means, raise a glass to us. You guys rock.
Hold on. Fucking refill here real quick.
Yeah, I'm just...
They are actually having a meetup tomorrow night.
You and who?
No, the Gulf City people.
Oh, hell yeah, they are. Yeah, I'm going to be there virtually, digitally. I'm gonna check that shit out. So that'll be a fuck ton of fun.
Oh. Kayla and I were going to try to go, but we just couldn't get a load that would get us there in time. The earliest we could be there would be Sunday night. Most of the festivities will be done by then. Unfortunately. Just
enjoying my aromaticisms. Because I already filled up my Rockstar can here, but I got one of them fancy whiskey tasting glasses. You know the ones, little teardrop shaped ones. And it's like, concentrates the nose, and I'm Knob Creeking it again, guys. What can I say? Knob Creek 9-year-old. There's to you, Gulf City. You guys rock.
Bottoms up. Oh.
I wanted to go to Golf Con, but couldn't get my house in time. It's an annual event, isn't it? Yep. Sin did it last year. And again this year. God, and there's a fuck ton of fun people there. Man, I'd love to hang out with Ghastly and Sin. And Sin's a chunky boy. And I don't mean fat, I mean big. I don't know if you've ever seen him. Like,
he's fucking built now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a huge dude, right? And I still have the challenge. I will drink him under the table, guaranteed. Well, I'm willing to put my liquor where my mouth is. And the bet is simple. It's very straightforward. We will attempt to drink each other under the table, and the last man standing does not pay the bill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that somebody with Sinatra's rather robust opinion of himself and widthy girth would allow somebody who's 6'2", 200 pounds to drink him under the table? You think he's going to pass up on that bet? Well,
nah.
Well, you know what? I think he might pass up on the bet, but he's going to have to deal with the consequences of me never letting him live it down. So he was afraid. Yeah. He was scared. I saw him shaking. I saw him crying on Shelly's shoulder. He was like, he just scares me.
I'm coming for you.
Crying on Shelly's shoulder.
Yeah.
This October at your house.
He's so tall and handsome and pickle livered.
I'm gonna drink you under the table in the ring, right? No, in real life.
Yeah, that's the shit I need to get into. The classic, professional wrestling shit where you're yelling all the over the top shit. I want you. I'm gonna see you in the squared circle. We'll sit at a table. It's only big enough for 2 drinks and 4 elbows, and I'm gonna see you under it.
I was channeling Sam Hyde for a second.
As long as it isn't Port Ellen. Well, that's different. It's just, yeah, that's different. It should be one thing. I think Wild Turkey would be a good choice for that. Because Wild Turkey actually, is good. Like, actually tastes like something. Jim Beam's cheaper, but why would we want to taste oaky water all night to try and,
oh yeah,
that's not good.
It's got to be something that actually fucking tastes nice. Yeah, otherwise you're gonna end up fucking nauseous before you're drunk.
Yeah, and Drunkle, in the spirit of what you said, standard rules apply. Drinking you under the table literally means like you are flat under the table, passed out. Okay, you refuse the next drink, which is fine. You're like, nope, I concede. You know what I mean? Or you vomit. Any one of the three, you've lost. You're literally under the table. You vomited. Refuse the drink. And yeah, I will be the drink champ.
See, the thing is I'm trying to weigh up in my mind now because I haven't drunk seriously for years, and for now I am a little bit older than Sunut. I think I'll probably go toe to toe with him, but I don't know if I could drink him under the table.
No.
Not anymore. No. I think I'd go toe to toe with him.
Meaning you want to fight him, or you mean you'd just be able to match drinks?
Match him in terms of. I mean, fuck. I mean, if he wants to put some gloves on after the fact and jump in the ring, God, I'm always there. Shit. Go ahead, read that.
Oh, holy Christ. I missed out on one of Gamer Vlean's previous donations. Sorry about that, Vleen. Gamer Vleen, thank you for the $1. Polly likes the SIG 1911. He can't hide that. No shame in my game. The SIG 1911's awesome. It's a great gun. Wish I owned one. She was showing me hers last night, or SIG 1911. Fucking sexy. Holy shit. Yeah, SIG makes a great 1911. And then Gamer Vleen from just a moment ago. Thank you for the $1. That's how we had to communicate when I was there last year. Late 90s wrestling style.
So, Irish bar standard.
Sanute is 28, Sam. We are all older. Which means he should be able to handle the drinks better, and I'm still willing to take him on.
Sanute's 28. He's such a baby. Oh.
Yeah, you think about this for a second. He owns a house. He owns a car, truck. He's got kids. Fuck are we doing with our lives? I
mean, I could have made mistakes and reproduced as well, but, you know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. No shade on Sanute at all. You know, he looks after his mom, looks after all his family.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'd love to hang out with Sinatra for a while, have some of his responsibility rub off on me. But nothing else.
I mean...
The boy's got some strange tastes. That's all I'm saying. It's just I don't want to hang out with Sinatra for like a fucking month and then come back talking about Dragon Ball Z constantly. No, thank you.
Oh, that and his porn folder. Jesus, does he have a screen shed that for you, Polly? Gee, it's not good, people.
Oh yeah,
it's really not good. There's some horrendous shit in there. I
don't know.
I am a degenerate.
I have no idea why he's constantly DMing me. Oh, look at the 1986 porn I just bought at the bargain bin. Why are you showing me this? Yeah.
Oh God, it wouldn't be so bad if it was straight. I'm kidding, of course. So no, if you're out there, love you, man.
If Pat drank at all, I'd take on Pat. Your boy Pat? Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Are you kidding? Yeah.
Yeah. It's no fun.
Like boss level.
Yeah, exactly. Hey. It's no fun if it's not a challenge. It's like you're gonna take on a guy who's like, you know, there's like, 6 months worth of steaks you can make out of him. That boy's beefy. Like the game's not big enough unless it scares you a little, and that's what I mean. I've been training for years. I'm ready. I just sense everyone shaking their heads and just, God damn it, Polly.
You know what? I'd actually like to box with Pat, because he is so much bigger than I am. I think
he's a big boy. Yeah, like it's not just muscle; he's also tall. It's
yeah. So he's got. I think he's probably got reach advantage on me, and it's been a good while since I've had a decent box, and it's something I want to be able to. I want to be able to spar with a guy and actually, not have him flinch when I hit him, because I'm quite tall for people around here, so it's rare I actually get to box somebody my size.
Hey Camel, what was the name of the 1986 porn that he had bought? It was a number of old porns that he had bought, porn DVDs and CD-ROMs. Remember those? And shit like that from back in the day. So like obviously the ROMs weren't from the 80s, but yeah, it was a bunch of bad old porns he had bought in a bargain bin, and I'm trying to remember the one that he made it was like Anal Extravaganza 3, something like that. Anal something. I don't know. So yeah.
I was gonna say, I would I love Pat to death, but I wouldn't box him because I think he'd have other things on his mind when trying to box me. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that, I love him to death, but he's quite the ladies' man.
He is, and well, the thing that's cool about Pat is like I've never heard him threaten anyone except for Scobie, who had it coming.
Right.
Oh God.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he's like the point being is like for somebody who's just like he could like grab your whole skull with one hand. Like if you don't know Pat, he's a big boy, right? Like he could just grab your whole skull like Michael Jordan grabbed a basketball with one hand. You know what I mean? But he's just not that guy. He's just chill as fuck, right? Can you imagine what the recruiter thought? Because he's a veteran, right? Can you imagine what the recruiter thought when Pat walked up to the table? He was just like, "Oh hell yeah, fuck!" You know,
Okay, the rest of you can go home. This is the guy we were looking for. Get out of here, you skinny ass whelps. This is the boy we want.
You have to train him. Look at him.
All right. That one's a classic. Oh, hey, Camel. Yeah, he's Jesus Christ. Oh, I remember that one well. I remember a friend of mine. He got yeeted out of his basement apartment that he was renting because all of the electricity, water, internet, you get it, right, was all part of the monthly rent. And because it was not zoned to have a separate domicile downstairs, it was an illegal basement apartment. So leases, fuck is that? You know what I mean? So the advantage of that is you can leave anytime. The disadvantage is they can kick you out at any time. Now, he had some rowdy times over there with a few lady friends. And the landowner, the homeowner, was not particularly happy with him because the homeowner didn't stay there. There was one person upstairs and one person downstairs. You see what I'm saying? And he kept getting all these complaints, right? And then one day, he shows up with yet again another letter from his ISP because the internet is in the homeowner's name. And he's like, Big Titted Asians 5. I will never forget that porn title. Big Titted Asians 5. And that is why he no longer lives there. It wasn't his first offense, but it was his last one. So moving along.
Jesus.
Who wants to go over some stories and whatnots and stuff?
Yes, absolutely. However, I do just have to run and grab some more coffee because I have misjudged my ratios. It's not good, is it?
No. Wait, you've just been drinking straight liquor?
Maybe.
Mm.
I haven't drunk for a while. Not properly. I swear.
I'm
No.
going to be honest, Polly.
Okay.
It's 2 hours past my shift ending. I'm surprised I'm still awake right now.
Why? How long does it usually take?
30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Max. Yeah.
Right back with you.
All right.
That just goes to
Just
show
go, Sam. We're waiting.
Great,
Fuck.
goes to show what great conversationalists you and Sam are and just how entertaining and engaging you are.
Let's, did they find 5 of them? Yeah, well, listen. So you know when you're in the dentist chair and they're working on your teeth and the dentist always gets into this extended conversation either with you or the hygienist. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And if it's with you, it's obnoxious as fuck because they're actually asking you questions, expecting you to be able to answer with fucking, instruments and whatnot. Like,
no, they know you can't answer. That's the best part. They know you can't actually answer them, but they're asking you questions anyway.
Yeah. So, but when the hygienist is there, oh, holy fuck, they're a couple of chatty Cathys. They just launch into this fucking conversation. I'm sitting there listening to the dentist talk to his hygienist, who's like maybe 20, 21 years old at the most. And then like the dentist is like, I'm going to guess early 50s. And he's like, the only reason that Asian women have small breasts is because of the diet. As soon as they move here, they move up in cup size. And the dental hygienist, who's Asian, said, yeah, that's true. It's the diet. I mean, I'm not small. And like, I'm sitting there, like, just imagine me, is like anesthetized and whatnot. Fuck. And then I guess they got an excuse of his, right? It's like, hey, listen, Your Honor, I didn't say anything of the sort. The patient was drugged at the time. What the hell does he know? You can't rely on his testimony. I was talking about stock investment the whole time. If he had fantasies about breast discussions, that's his own sickness. Prosthetics are a thing. Yeah, remember that shop teacher from Canada?
We don't. No, we don't. No.
No? Okay.
No.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about that asshole.
Hey, Keeverdam, how's it going? Yeah, that makes me think, if I haven't said hello to anybody who's popped in the meantime since we started the stream, by all means, hello. I don't think I said hello to Jeff. I think Jeff came in later, but I can't remember because, hey, I've been drinking. But I am going to take this opportunity to say that if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button and leave a comment. You can do so while we're live because it is the only way to affect anything in the algorithm anymore. Because unlike Drunkle, I refuse to become a turncoat and get monetized. Just kidding, Drunkle. It's a joke. It's a joke. Dems was jokes. I don't know. Supposedly it helps you in the algorithm. Do you believe it? Because that's what it comes down with YouTube, right? Do you believe what they're telling you?
Like, subscribe, and comment below.
Yeah. I hate saying that stuff, but like, as much as I hate it, it's just that it shouldn't have to be like that. Like, if people are consistently watching your show that you do every week, like Noir Bar, I'm not trying to say it should be the largest show on the internet. No, but it should have a growth to it in terms of suggestions. I don't know, chat. You tell me. Do other past Noir Bars, after you've watched one, even pop up for you? People tell me no, they don't. If I'm to believe the YouTube analytics in YouTube Studio, 80% of Noir Bar is found through the search functions. What the fuck were you searching for that you found this? Okay. And it also tells me that it's actually more. It's 85% of everything on my channel, whether it's the short edited videos that I do sometimes, or AAA or Noir Bar, are consumed on mobile devices. 85%. Are 85% of you out there on a mobile device right now? If so, that's amazing to me. If not, all the more reason to distrust what YouTube tells you.
I mean, I am, but, I'm on a mobile device 95% of the time now, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, look.
Hello.
That's someone.
Welcome back, Sam.
Thank you very much. I'm just letting it cool a little bit. It's sitting. Some ice in it.
Once in a while, it depends on whether I watched your AAA that week or not. We're just talking about the algorithm and what you can and can't do and how organic growth, in my opinion, be wrong, is no longer really a thing. It just doesn't work like that. But supposedly, one of the few ways that you can actually effectuate growth is through comments, like that, leaving a comment, even if it's just to say, go to hell, Polly.
Yeah.
That's interaction, right? And I'll tell you, hey, you go to hell too, buddy. Like, and that you've interacted, that sort of thing. And then they say the only things that matter are those three things: comments, your thumbnail, and the title of the video. Has anyone else noticed how your favorite streamer seems to post the video with one title and then change it shortly thereafter? That's called gaming the algorithm. It's not accidental. Because now it's in the algorithm twice. Is the thought process, does it actually work? I don't fucking know. But that's the theory they're working off of.
Well, in that vein, everybody in chat, you all smell, changed my mind. Leave me a comment if you disagree.
Oh, you can do polls. That's a good point. I've never done a single poll in my life on this. And you know what?
Polly dub.
You know what I've done maybe a dozen times, and all the time I've been on YouTube? Turned on fucking live chat. There, live chat.
I used to remind you, but I keep forgetting myself.
How the fuck do you make a poll? How do you do that?
No, I never had enough followers on YouTube to do it.
All right, fuck it. No poll then. I don't know. I push a little 3-button thing and it just gives you whatever the hell, and Manage moderators, participants, toggle timestamps, send feedback. My feedback to YouTube? Fuck y'all.
I don't know if you...
But I think that's pretty much
I don't know if you
everyone's
can
feedback.
do it from... I think it's more along the lines of like a poll from... Wait, or is it? Hold on.
No, Sam, like a poll in chat. You've never seen them?
Oh, no, I've never seen them.
Oh, yeah. You can do a poll in chat where a little question will come up and then people can vote yes or no or whatever the fuck, and I have no idea how to do it. Drunkle does them. I have no idea how to do it.
Valine in chat. See, this right here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is a teachable moment on the importance of proper grammar, because a comma really is the difference between smelling delightful, Sam, and smelling delightful, Sam.
Good point.
Actually. Love you, Tom.
I'm waiting for someone in chat to just say, "You jackass, push this button," but no one has done that. I guess no one knows. Damn it. Oh well. Maybe it'll come up later. In the meantime.
Yes, and I never got enough subscribers on YouTube to be able to figure any of that stuff out, like how to post the notifications or what have you.
Mhm.
Because those things come up super, like they really push in shorts and the little like image or text notifications that creators put out now get pushed a lot. Like if you want to game the algorithm, that's where it's at right now.
Mm-hmm. And another thing, I mean, I have a donation dedicated directly to it. Super chats with monetization, channel memberships. Okay, cool. But channel memberships is them chasing after Twitch with their subscriptions. That's pathetic. How many things that YouTube does where, you guys meaning at YouTube, should spend more time down at corporate headquarters there in Mountain View, California, not focused on diversity, inclusion, and equity, and making sure that BIPOC persons have a rapid acceleration through the corporate structure, and wondering if things are problematic and how to promote Black creators during Wakanda Month or whatever the fuck, and get out ahead of other companies that are doing interesting, innovative things, instead of other companies doing interesting, innovative things in chat or with their chat functions like Twitch does, and then doing a lame knockoff Wish.com version of it after the fact.
Oh, Polly, come on, it's not that. You've seen good friend of the Noir Barers. Barriers? I don't know. What are we going with? Noir Bar people. You've seen Weebo's video. They don't do any diversity, equity, and inclusion or anything along those lines.
No.
It's all attending housewarming parties at 2 p.m. when you're supposed to be fucking working.
Yeah. And I am fully on with Jordan Peterson's. At least that's where I first saw it. As just another guy mentions there, DIE and all that. Yeah, just make sure you always say it as diversity, inclusion, and equity. Because it spells die. And then, if anyone ever calls you on it, hey man, plausible deniability through the roof. Just be like, what? You got a problem with inclusion and equity, you bigot?
See, I think you could also even go with inclusion, equity, and diversity.
Yeah, there you go. I like it.
Mind's blown.
So I do like the channel memberships idea, but it's let's do super chats. We'll do super chats first because Streamlabs has been doing this spectacular amount of business in a deal they set up with those scumfucks PayPal. I wish there was another option, but there really isn't, not at that level. But moving on, where's our cut? The idiots at YouTube are thinking. And it's like, oh, well, let's do super chats and then our wonderful innovation of super stickers. Now, I'm not against anybody who donates in that way, and I'm not against creators doing that. But guys, you should really offer at a minimum both, because that 30%. Yeah, that's pretty much how I figure they're laughing when they think about the 30% that they take. The Tim Curry, like, gee, fucking hell.
Why would we accept donations for $1 billion when we can get $1 million?
I got a question for you, Eve. If a credit card company charged you 30%, what would the law describe that as?
Theft.
Usury.
Really?
Gouging, extortion.
Yeah, a criminal offense. That is an illegal rate. Now, but as long as you've both decided on it, and somehow through 220, it's allowed. Oh, hell yeah! Hell yeah! Oh man, I just watched A Dame to Kill For, and I got to see this scene. I can't even speak. This scene unedited. Ooh. That was a very long, hard time going through that scene frame by frame to make sure that every section was in shadow that needed to be. Because there's a whole bunch of frames there, and it just won. Anyway, moving along.
I have no idea why there's the end of my statement there.
Gamer Valine donated $1 and says, "How to make a poll is in your DMs." Oh, cool. Thank you, Valine. I appreciate that. I should have just put it on her. Fuck. Bet you Valine doesn't know. She would have been on it so fast, like it
was tungsten.
Yeah, she did it anyway, so.
Some charming, sexy individual by the name of Chaos Eve donated a generous $20 and says, "This stream needs more naked Eva Green. Have some naked Eva Green." Thank you. I'm sure everyone's appreciative.
Oh, doesn't it just roll off the tongue as well? Naked Evergreen.
Oh, it so does.
There's a rhythm to it.
Let me see. Yeah.
It's like when Polly says Bret Easton Ellis. It's a rhythm to it.
Valine, it's a video. I'm doing a stream, Valine. I appreciate your efforts, Valine. Thank you. For fuck's sake. I thought it was going to be like a 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Click here, click here. With
email my fucking secretary.
Yeah, with big old idiot-proof arrows pointed at what to click on. You know what I mean? Like it.
She might object, but I am actually going to email her.
Naked Evergreen? Yeah, that's right. Just add it to the menu, obviously.
Oh.
I totally didn't Google naked Eva Green. What?
That's okay. Neither did we.
Dot in chat. What did I do? What did I do?
Okay, so moving along. We got tabs. We got stories. Let's do some.
Yes.
Okay, look. We're going to start out with a short one because I read this story earlier today, and it's not... Okay, just hear me out on this one, all right? Boom. And... Oh. Okay. So this poor woman, she fell to her death from a rooftop bar in New York City, and she's remembered as sweet and loving and an aspiring model. I have looked and looked for the original story as I read it.
Oh, Christ. This has turned into one long, bad night.
But I like you just the way you are.
Love it. Gamer Lee, thank you for the $8. Scroll down, dumbass. Also, it's like I understand the role of moderators in a world without producers. Hold on.
I feel personally attacked.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a way that isn't like a real drive-by stabbing. Nope, it was a drive-by stabbing. Scroll down, dumbass. Give me a second.
Oh. Peter in chat says, rooftop bar. What could possibly go wrong? Right.
Well, okay.
Right.
Let me wrap that up here real quick. Okay. The original story, as I read it, and it wasn't at the New York Post. It was everybody was quoting the Associated Press, AP, and they have all since changed their story. So I'm gonna have to go to the Wayback Machine to find it. One of her friends described her as, and I am quoting here, down to earth.
Oh no! Oh no!
God. It's almost as bad as Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Oh no! That's horrible. That's poor choice of words.
So
Oh my god!
she was a wonderful person, very down to earth. A wonderful person, very down to earth. And I had to bring this story up just so I would remember that, like, yeah, I looked for like 20 minutes to find that story because I read it first yesterday, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Whew. But nope. They cleansed the internet of that fucking mistake.
Stephanie, you're not going to that bar again. If I catch you leaving the house to go there, you'll be grounded for the rest of your life.
Oh no!
Wow.
Jeff
Wow,
Winchester, she is
Sam.
now.
Holy shit, buddy.
If her name was actually Stephanie, that's gonna end up being spooky.
Hey, Q Continuum's here. How's it going? All right, moving along to the next one. Jasper's restaurant in Largo remained open with a dead body inside the restroom.
Oh my!
Yeah.
I mean, you got business to run, bro. Like,
Well,
dead bodies be damned.
that is really what happened. Because the fun's in the story here, right? So over in Prince George's County, Feline, am I right? Where else would it have been? They received a call around 6:30 p.m., they, the police, Wednesday, for a woman unconscious inside this joint. Medics who responded to the scene in this joint found a deceased patron, most likely dying of a heart attack. According to the police report, the women's bathroom was closed off to customers. However, the men's bathroom remained open for everyone's use. Jasper's was full, the report said, and the tables were still being seated while the woman lied lifeless in the restroom. So Miguel Pereira is one of the managers at Jasper's, and he told Fox 5 that the restaurant was protecting the family's privacy. Sure they were. Quote, "It's not something that we are accustomed to. At the moment, we thought we were doing the right thing, and we realized maybe we were wrong." Do you think when the coroners and the medical examiners and all the cops showed up that maybe you should have stopped this shit before it began?
Jesus.
Somebody hasn't watched enough CSI to know.
I mean, holy shit. What you do is just like, hey, we're having you make up an excuse that isn't dangerous, but everybody needs to leave. We've got a burst pipe. It's only going to get worse from here. We've called the plumbers, but unfortunately everyone's going to have to leave, so we're going to serve everyone their checks. If you guys please come back again, we're going to have this problem fixed quite quickly. See, I'm not even a restaurant manager, and I'm fucking not tied one on, and come on.
Dude, it's just so, what, did they close down because someone had a medical emergency? Yeah, they fucking died.
Yeah, I just...
What the medical emergency was.
Garen Feline, thank you for the $1. You can't say that shit about PG County and then say I'm a stalker. No, you're a stalker. I've driven through the place. It's horrific. Don't stop. Like, when you're driving through Prince George's County. It's like, kind of a hole. It's like saying don't stop when you're driving through the south side of Compton. Like, doesn't mean I live there.
Drunkle says, tell the managers to throw us up like someone died in there. No. Oh no.
Shadowclaw, thank you for the $1. Remember, fly high, little man. I do.
Someone put R. Kelly on the jukebox.
I don't know.
I fail to see what golden showers has to do with anything right now, Sam.
I believe I can fly.
Oh.
Well,
you know what keeps
that joke went down like a lead balloon.
You know what keeps coming to mind is the scene from RoboCop when they're near the beginning of the movie when Murphy hasn't been killed yet. And they're trying to get away.
Yeah.
And the guy he's like, Clarence, I'm shot in the leg. And he's like, it's fine, help him up. And they open the back doors and they're like, can you fly, Bobby? And they throw him out. fuck? What is that actor's name? If Serpent 21 is here, they should know. He was Anorix in The Year from Hell, Part 1 and Part 2 in Star Trek Voyager. Can't remember the actor's name. Kurtwood Smith. There we go. Ha! Drinking makes me remember better. Okay, yeah. So yeah, dead bodies all over PG County. Brand new news. No one ever dies there. I'm kidding. It's place as a whole. Moving along. Intense backlash after nursing home hires stripper. She was, quote, too enthusiastic.
Holly, this is old news.
What? Jesus. Sam, you see that hallway down there? That's the way out, man. You can just...
Too enthusiastic.
I mean, look at this shit. I love how they blurred out the stripper's face, but none of the old people's.
It.
Yeah,
Too enthusiastic? Don't blur out her face. Jesus Christ. This should be some damn good advertising for her. Christ.
Nursing home has apologized for hiring a stripper to dance at a pensioner's dance on pensioners' laps during a raunchy harvest festival in Taiwan. The home, a state-run facility in Taiwan City for retired army personnel, paid the woman in sparkly red and black lingerie to entertain at least 12 wheelchair-bound seniors with her titillating performance. I see what you did there. Titillating. Tee. Said they wanted to lift the spirits, first time I've ever heard it called that, of the infirmed residents, as the two previous mid-autumn festival celebrations had been canceled due to the flu pandemic.
Oh my god.
I'm not the only one that genuinely doesn't see anything wrong with this.
Fuck.
I don't know.
The only potential problem I see is the potential heart attacks and the lawsuits that would stem from it. Other than that, whatever. Let the old guys get some.
They'd be dying with a smile on their face. Is that not? That's like the second. It's the second most glorious death for an old warrior.
And I mean, hey, you call out for a nurse, and this is what shows up. Is that a bad outcome? I don't know.
No.
I don't think so.
The facility.
Everybody was a consenting adult.
The facility was criticized. I think there's a Z in there.
No, that's the English spelling, not the American English spelling.
Okay. So it was criticized for countries that haven't put a man on the moon online when footage emerged showing the performer seductively spreading her legs and stroking her body while guiding one grandfather's hands onto her breast and crotch. Holy shit. That's a lap dance, all right.
Yeah, they got the touch.
Yeah. Care Home Bosses issued a statement. Hold on, pause. Care Home Bosses issued a statement apologizing after footage emerged from the steamy party. Yeah, you already said that. They said they, quote, deeply regret the incident that happened on the 7th of September, 3 days before the region's annual Harvest Festival. Staff from the government-run facility.
State-hired fucking strippers.
Yeah.
I was just saying, so your tax dollars at work.
I'm okay with that.
They told local media
okay with that.
that the Mid-Autumn Festival parties at the home had been suspended for 2 years due to the pandemic.
This is Cal said I identify as an old person.
Right? There's the stripper, and they all seem happy. Why is it like split up in like 5 ways and so small?
Oh, it's iPhone video, isn't it?
Yeah, but it doesn't... I mean, yeah, it's facing the... they should have definitely went landscape, but why is it split black and whatnot? That's what happens when you use a Tor browser and run it through 3 different VPNs. Everything goes to hell.
No, genuinely though, I really don't see an issue with this. I mean, those old fellas, their taxpayer dollars are funding a stripper for them instead of the government, who will fuck them in another way, like what they do here.
Okay, so where would you draw the line? because she's a stripper in the sense that she stripped down some clothes. Would you be against like full nude stripping, topless, full on hiring of escorts? Where do you draw the taxpayer funded line?
I think an actual sexual intercourse services, I think would be where I draw the line.
But
you know, even assuming they were still capable of such. You know, they're old guys, they're old veterans. It's probably been years since they've had that kind of attention, excitement, etc. If she's happy to do it and they're happy to partake in it, I don't see the problem.
This is what Polly will be ragged about by his future ex-wife. Hiring strippers? I would imagine that any wife would rag her husband for that. But yeah. And to lift resident spirits, they arranged for the dances to be put on in a steamy show. Nursing home spokesman said that the strippers' actions were, quote, too enthusiastic and fiery, adding that personnel will be, quote, more cautious when planning events in the future. That's right. Nipple tassels. There will be no bare breasts in this establishment.
Next time you won't be able to touch the stripper, but you know, she'll definitely still like touch herself and grind her hips in the wheelchair.
Yeah, and right on cue, the sex bots show up. Excellent.
Yeah, right.
It's like they know.
Yeah. Okay, now for something completely different, because we haven't done space news in a while, and I like space news. You want to?
Haven't, have we?
Yeah. You want to see the award-winning comet photo? I was fucking impressed. Look at that.
Is that an actual photograph or is that an artist rendition?
Yeah, it's an actual photograph.
That is majestic, isn't it?
Yep. It Astronomy Photograph of the Year award winner.
Yeah, I can see why.
Now, the comet has a less than spectacular name, Comet Leonard. The reason why it's cool is that the tail isn't just, those aren't just various gases and whatnot. Part of it is actually broken off. And the cameraman managed, or camerawoman, I don't fucking know, managed to catch part of it just by coincidence. So that's why the extra super cool double layer, that's a piece of it breaking off and gasifying. It is super sweet. The comet made a brief appearance to Earth after being discovered in 2021, but now has left our solar system. Take me with you. The Royal Observatory in Greenwich in London runs Greenwich. Well, then what's the W there for?
It's the same of all places in the UK that have
named oddly.
Yeah.
And people, it's not that I think Brits are bad people. They're not bad people exactly, but they're remarkably not understanding. You know, like Americans get that all of the strange Indian named places are a little bit difficult for people that haven't been saying them their whole lives to say. I don't expect people to be able to roll Schenectady off the tongue the first time they try it. It's a weird Indian name. What's that?
Schenectady. Just saying the words.
It's a weird word to say. And then you come across Worcestershire sauce. And yeah. And then
Polly. Polly.
Yes.
Connecticut.
So anyway, the Royal Observatory in Greenwich-on-Pond in London runs the astronomy. Shit just piled up there. Okay. The Astronomy Photography of the Year competition, and called the image astonishing. It also awarded two 14-year-old boys in place China the prize for Young Astronomy Photographer of the Year. Photographer of the Year. Photographer. Why isn't it just photographer?
Okay, somebody bring the time machine around. We need to go back to the point before Polly got tipsy.
Comets look different hour to hour. They are very surprising things, explained the winning photographer Gerald Riemann from Vienna, Austria. The picture was taken on Christmas Day, 2021, in an observatory in Nambia, home to some of the world's darkest skies. Oh, you fucker. You son of a bitch. I see what you did.
I just take issue with that. Comets look different from hour to hour. Well, yeah, because they start off over there, and now they're over here. But
So is Angelina Jolie. You seen her lately? God damn. Like the guy at the end of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Decrepitizing by the second.
oh,
Uh,
that bad, huh?
Seriously. Go ahead. Duck, go it.
I almost don't want to. I want to remember her how she was, Polly.
He had no idea that the comet's tail would disconnect, leaving the sparkling dust trail in its wake. I was absolutely happy to take the picture. It's the highlight of my photography career. Astronomer Dr. Ed Bloomer. That sounds really made up.
It does, doesn't it?
He says it's one of the best comet photographs in history. And what's this? Is this the follow-up by the two Yang Hoen and Zhao Zhenzen Hen, both 14, worked together to photograph the Andromeda Galaxy, one of the closest and largest neighbors of the Milky Way. So, there you go.
That is a fantastic picture as well, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't count two kids just going down to their local public. Did I say public? Because I'm talking about Chinaman. Is that what happened? Hold on, what's the timestamp? Yeah, hold on, I'll be clipping that out later. All right, so anyway, it's just...
Oh, we got down to a public library.
Jesus Christ. You guys are supposed to be here as my wingman and woman to stop me from doing things like this. What the hell? I just...
It is your show, Polly, and if you want to tank your channel, that's totally on you.
Yeah, as I've said often in the past little while, I do enjoy having a channel. I really do. Evidence to the contrary, I know, but moving along. Asteroid impact shifted the moon's poles over billions of years because has anyone
now
figured
they're
out?
all in Europe.
Or are they supposed to be encouraging it? I mean,
Oh my god.
whatever's funniest.
Speaking of polls, still haven't gotten 1, 2, 3 advice from Valine, but okay. The moon's poles have shifted by as much as 186 miles. Simulation show. Oh god, you guys just went to Steam and bought Moon Simulator. This isn't astronomy.
This is the Kerbal Space Program.
Simulator.
Astronomers have long used lunar craters to chart the history of both the moon and the whole solar system. That's how it's lowercase, because its name is Luna. That's why it's the lunar surface. Because of the distribution and destruction left by asteroid impacts, paint a picture of the violent conditions found in the young solar system. The new research turns the tables on those studies by simulating the removal of thousands of craters. See? Moonsim. And also by considering the impacts of smaller craters, thus rewinding 4.25 billion years of lunar history. Researchers based at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center in Maryland found that the moon was buffered by asteroid strikes. They didn't know that before. That was fresh.
They found that as.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was hoping for like a fantastic graphic.
Right.
Nothing. Let's
Oh, a little bit of a video, but what's up?
you go ahead.
There
There's
you go.
the,
Look at a bit of a
there's the
graphic in
current
video.
South Pole. Where's the former one? Get on with it.
I thought that was funky looking D20. It was some kind of camera looking thing.
Oh, okay, so the ancient
Just
South Pole,
going back.
there's marked center camera there, and they're showing.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, all right. I
Yeah,
get
yeah.
it. That's 186 miles from there to there? Holy shit.
Look at the fucking size of some of them craters then.
No shit. For the moment. It is clipped. Oh, well, great. That's okay. I don't like having to channel that much. It's fine. Moving along. School officials texted Oakland shooting victims to not cooperate with the police investigation.
What?
Oh, wow.
So the only reason I put this story up, okay, is it's like, you know, snitches get stitches, right? It's like, have you been, like, recruiting gangsters? Like in your school? Like, as administrators? Don't talk to the cops. But yes, they didn't want them to because of the incredible amount of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Oh, right. Incompetence shown. And they didn't want to go.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That a whole bunch of things that they had said they had spent money on and procedures that they had taken and policies that they had enacted, they actually hadn't done any of that or a bare minimum of it. And, yeah, that's why they don't want them talking to the police or doing an investigation, because it's like, well, let's check out the cameras. Oh, 3/4 of them are installed, but not connected to anything.
Jesus.
I don't know, kills me. It's like they're your tax money hard at work, Californians. And I'm sure they apply for some federal dollars too. So, yeah, really, it's just all of us. Yeah. Great.
If my company got caught out pulling some kind of shit like that, we'd never get another contract again.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it's just another decorative cameras, exactly. Rotten Corpse is taking off. Have a good night, Rotten Corpse.
Can I run? No, I appreciate the purpose of dummy cameras. Sure, yeah, okay. But 3/4 of the actual cameras? No, that's not what you.
No. Okay, so check this out. Teen girl hires teen hitman to kill relative.
Oh my Christ. This has turned into one long, bad night.
But I like you just the way you are.
Kimberly, thank you for the $8. I sent you screenshots of the step-by-step from the same link I sent you that isn't a video. Fuck shaking you. I will throw you because you probably like the choking. Well. That got personal for no reason. Did she actually send screenshots? Oh, holy shit, she did. Cool, and it's got idiot arrows on it. Great from the top. You got to do it in YouTube Studio. Click poll icon from the community tab, then add a poll. Then you can add the poll question. Holy fuck. This is their idea of...
Streamlined?
Yeah. Good lord. Anyway, a shitty system. Thank you, Valine. I appreciate that. Now I know for the future the 1,300 buttons you got to push to go through their procedure. So yes, a teen girl really did hire a 16-year-old hitman to kill a 37-year-old woman.
Oh.
So down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the sheriff's office spokesman, whose last name actually is Hicks. Holy fuck. Casey Hicks says,
That's a very, very American first name and a very American last name.
Yeah. Straight out of Baton Rouge. East Baton Rouge. So the sheriff's office spokesman said the deputies found the suspected shooter, a 16-year-old boy, not far from the scene of the crime. And he said he cracked quickly under questioning. Really? He hadn't become a hardened criminal? Jesus. He told them he was basically contracted by a 16-year-old relative of the victim and asked her to help kill this woman. Hick said, Okay, wait, hold on. That's deliberate. The guy's name is
Yeah.
the guy's name is Hicks. And you, whoever you are, the staff writer here, Kevin Gallagher, you just called him a hick. You fuck. The victim is identified as a 33-year-old woman, Markeisha Stone. She was shot multiple times and died in a nearby hospital. Hicks said the teen boy told the investigators he was asked to commit the crime by the girl who's a friend of his. Okay, so you might wonder why I'm going on with this story. Well, because it gets funny where they go with this, right? Because it's like he's 16 years old in Louisiana. It's very difficult to charge that person as an adult, and like, holy shit, just it's a contract killing between two teenagers. Like, really? Detectives were able to locate the 16-year-old relative of the victim. She also admitted that she did, in fact, solicit a friend of hers to kill her relative. Hicks said the investigation is ongoing with pertinent information. She's charged with second-degree murder. The young man is charged with second-degree murder, as well as a juvenile in possession of a firearm. Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah. Hold on. Where's the rest of the story? For fuck's sake. Second. This can't be the right one. Where is it? Stop fucking around. Don't. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one.
Mort says, what did she offer? Because I can guess what motivated a 16-year-old boy. I think we all can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The non-relative, right? It's just really... all you gotta do is shoot her. It's fine.
He continues, says, no amount of snoo is worth incarceration. See, but he's 16, and he doesn't think with his big brain. He thinks with the little one downstairs. So,
I can honestly say I have never been driven to homicide.
Never.
No. Other forms aside, maybe.
Is this the same New Post article?
Nah, this is different. 14-year-old girl.
I don't know. It's also in Baton Rouge. How many teenagers are hiring other teenagers to kill people in Baton Rouge?
So this one arrested after she tried to hire a hitman to kill her ex-boyfriend on Valentine's. Fucking hell.
The girl, whose name hasn't been released because of her age, was taken into custody after the administrator of the satirical site hireahitman.com alerted authorities.
Jesus.
This is a 14-year-old. She doesn't have $5 to pay a hitman, said her lawyer. So in any case, this story, the problem is guns in the hands of youths. That a 16-year-old even has a gun to go commit this crime is the problem. We need to focus on gun control. Who's surprised?
You know, I wish I could say I was.
The reason why I find that so predictable and obvious is just, okay, yeah, what do you do as a legislator or as a law enforcement, sheriff, for example, when you have a teenager hiring another teenager to kill someone and they go through with it? You know what I mean? It's like, how do you stop this kind of thing from happening in the future? Because what do you hear at every press conference? We're taking steps to make sure this kind of thing never happens again. That kind of jazz. And then they, enact some do nothing piece of legislation that doesn't really impact criminals, like that sort of shit. So just blame it on the guns. It was the easy access to guns that allowed this to happen. Which, spurred me to think about a few things. Number one, we're in 1942, right? Now, if easy access to firearms is indeed how people end up getting shot, Let's take a look at what guns were available to people on the regular back in 1942, where we currently are. Oh, look! It's a light machine gun.
Oh, what's that? More and arguably more dangerous, quote unquote, than are available in the time that we have come from before we came back to 1942.
It comes with a 20-shot detachable magazine. Oh, great. Wow. A 12.5-pound shoulder-operated machine gun. Accepts .30-06 ammunition from any standard packing. My God. Okay, now wait a minute. Wait. You can mail order machine guns? Like, these are all ads from the 1940s, guys. I didn't Photoshop them or whatever the fuck. They're not mock-ups. Why weren't motherfuckers dead all over the fucking place? And I mean, yeah, indeed, there were more murders back in the day. The gun crime rate is actually on a steady decline, and has been, but not if you watch news entertainers talk. But why weren't there mass killings if people could order light machine guns, 12-pound light machine guns, through the mail? Makes you wonder.
It sort of begs the question as well, because like one of the other claims that you sort of see is that, you know, like there's a mental health crisis and all that kind of fucking thing as well. It's like, yeah, 1942, for Christ's sakes, think about what was going on in the world then.
Yeah. Demographics,
So
Polly.
really?
Demographics. Q continuum. Culture? Question mark. Yeah. The culture of given demographics? Maybe. I'm just saying. It doesn't stop there. Want a Tommy gun?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Today's rapid-fire semi-auto version of the famous Tommy gun. And can you buy it with the big old drum magazines for $45? Why, of course you can. Just order one from Auto Ordnance Corporation. Just, mail it in. And look at it. Over 2.5 million Thompsons sold since 1921. The drum magazine is optional. It only comes... Now, we all know about the brand new threat that just came out because of the evil firearms industry, and only our brave politicians can protect us from the high-capacity magazines, right? This one only comes with a mere 30-round mag. If you want the drum mag, you got to pay extra. You assholes. Like, I just... And it's like, oh, well, it's only semi-auto. Well, that's okay, because you can buy a light machine gun. It's... Again...
The fight is 30-06, no less.
I mean, unless you're a bunch of bootleggers in fucking Chicago. You know, those are guys gunning each other down with this, or you're fucking Machine Gun Kelly or whatever the fuck, robbing banks. Again, what's the difference? It's not the availability of guns that's the problem, guys. I mean, I just have fun looking at these old ads because they just kill me. Yeah, I want to order a Tommy gun through the mail. Fuck yeah. You know, oh, look. It's not just machine guns for sale. I love it. They're just out there with it.
Look at those prices, though. Colt M16, new in box, 275 smackaroos.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm just saying, Ollie, we should probably pick a few of these up before we head back. That way we can, turn around. Because these things are worth a fortune in the modern era.
Yeah.
Just for resale. It's fine. Just pick a couple of them up,
And it's, I mean, this is a much more modern ad, but it's a 1928 Thompson submachine gun, mint condition, $500. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And the list goes on. Brand new 30 caliber M1 carbines, $80.
Yeah, I was definitely born in the wrong era.
Like, I get it with inflation and all. You're going to be paying and so on and so forth. But the point is it, yeah, of course you can buy it. Now it's like, oh, we got to look up your ass and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It comes with one magazine, but you can buy more. You can even buy the bayonet. Now, when the 1994, in the distant future, crime bill will eventually come into effect, they're going to itemize a bunch of features that make a gun a so-called assault weapon. And one of them is a bayonet lug. Because I know it's hard to believe now in 1942, but the inner city will be awash in gang bayonettings. So what they're going to need to do is make sure that you can't attach a knife to the end of your rifle. You need to hold the knife and stab them yourself.
I mean, Polly, you can't have a bunch of people of a certain ethnic persuasion running around with what amounts to a spear. That would be wrong.
And I love it. Like they're U.S. manufactured, not like the ones that you would buy today that are, what are they called? Reproductions, right? Of varying levels of quality, some good, some bad. Continuum says the M1 carbine is now for $1,000 more. Oh yeah, oh fuck yeah, that's just crazy. Imagine a brand new in box M1 now from that era that's been like packed in cosmoline, so it's like no rust, no aging, wear and tear just from having sat there in poor conditions or whatever. Jeez, I can't even imagine how much it would go for.
A lot of money. A lot of money. I'm just thinking about what it would feel like. Mint M1.
And it comes down to it. It's like you got guys that have. It's like there's this many guns in America, right? You get these spectacularly high figures, and it's like, yeah, but you got one guy who owned like 10 to 40 guns. It never shoots anybody. If you understand what I'm saying. And then you'll have like one guy who's got an illegal gun looking at you, Cabrini Green, Southside Chicago. I mean, it unfucking believable. Like Cabrini Greens, that one neighborhood in Chicago has the murder rate of some states. And yet, handguns are outright prohibited there. You can't legally own one there. And yet the answer is always more gun control. And it's, you got to be fucking kidding me. Anyway, it just bugs me. And I just really like looking at these old-timey ads. So, as we often do on this show, we like looking at lists and having our little fun with them. And I found a list that fits right into that. 10 controversial vintage gun ads that definitely would be banned in 2017 or 2022. So let's enjoy them.
Indeed.
Yeah. And this is not written by a bunch of limp-wristed polywords. So it's written with some snark. So it's good fun. Number 10, a Hammer the Hammer. Lawyers wouldn't come within a football field of this one. Let's just go ahead, hit the hammer. A loaded Ivor Johnson without rope. Give thank you for the $1. Brand new M1. Stop. My dick can only get so hard.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Ivor Johnson revolvers. Yeah. Drop safe as fuck, right? So you drop it on the hammer. There's no way that thing's going to go off. Look, we'll even hit the hammer with a hammer. Take no risk. I love it. Moving along. Oh no, this guy is teaching his son how to hunt, you say? Yeah, you would take a boy hunting with Western Super X ammo. I mean, what could get more wholesome than this scene? Are you like a TikTok progressive lunatic? This is like white supremacy in action right here. You know what I mean?
That boy has a father.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Damn it, Sam.
Or you think they would hate this? It's like, oh, of course, this is. I mean, look, they're out there and they're acting like the forest is theirs to do whatever they want. They're killing free animals. They've got guns and they're white.
Pete white male.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's take a boy hunting? Yeah, you should. I remember I had to have been the very last year in Boy Scouts where they actually let us shoot 22 rifles. Because I can't imagine that they still do that. And it was so prescribed when we did it. Like, they put the rifle in your hand and would give you one cartridge at a time. And it's like, there really isn't the need for this degree. I'm not saying let kids run free with 22 rifles. Like, no, only one person at the firing line at a time, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, absolutely. Standard safety precautions, of course. But now I don't think they'd do it at all because some
They still take.
pink-haired problem glass-wearing Karen would get her fucking pantaloons in a bunch.
They still take the army cadets shooting here and the air cadets. Yeah, they still go out on the 22s. I think after like the first year as well. So that still does happen over here. This controlled environment, obviously. You know, it's not just a bunch of people wandering around in the woods. But no.
Oh, nice. The Baltimore murder rate falls between Honduras and Jamaica, which were number 1 and 2 in 2019. Good God.
Christ.
And honestly, so if you take a boy hunting, these are 22 rimfire rounds. Like they're saying, like, take your boy squirrel and rabbit hunting is what they're getting at here. What's the problem? But again, absolutely right. It wouldn't be a drawn, painted picture like back in the day. It'd be a photograph, but that ad would never run. A father teaching his son to shoot, going out hunting. No. Maybe in a gun magazine, but even then, no. I love this so much. A 22 rifle for a Christmas present? Well, that certainly is becoming quite a thing of the past, sadly. Look at this.
I want somebody give me a gun for a Christmas present. I'd love that.
And bigonate this picture.
You want a Remington 22?
Pretty much any firearm at this point. Like, I'm at the point where I'm like, I want a gun, but going out and buying one is money that I don't have to spend.
Look
So
at
if someone bought me one as a gift, it'd be great.
If someone bought you a gun as a Christmas present, you would have the same look that this kid has on his face. Look how fucking happy he is.
Right.
Right?
When my dad bought me my Remington 870 for Christmas, I had this look on my face all day.
Oh, well, it's a Remington 870, Polly. It'd be illegal not to have that look on your face.
I was like, fuck yeah, my first pump action shotgun. It was awesome. It was a great Christmas present. Well, my mom sat there miffed as hell that there was a shotgun under the Christmas tree. It was just...
And that's really where this all comes from, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's women have gotten into positions of authority and power, and that same miffedness has percolated throughout our society, and that's why these kinds of things no longer happen.
Yeah, he'll never forget. Yeah, you're right. I haven't. I was nowhere near this kid's age. I was a hell of a lot older. But I mean, seriously, buying a kid at 22, unthinkable now. It's a good thing we, are here in 1942, where this kind of thing still makes sense.
Evelyn says, "Well, the Girl Scouts cornered the cookie cartel. Those bitches." Yeah, too right.
This hilariously was my first gun, a true Red Ryder. A Daisy Red Ryder was my first BB gun. The iconic Red Ryder BB gun is the first gun for many of us. Me too! I still have mine. Sadly, I do not.
It was my old man. I think it was my old man's first as well. It was a Red Ryder.
It's just classic. Did you ever shoot it, Sam?
No, I've never shot the Red Ryder. No, I think my old man still got it in a box somewhere. It's in pretty poor shape though.
It's the 500 shot. Yeah, they're not kidding. There's a little latch hatch door near the front of the barrel. The barrel's actually like a thin tube that runs through the center, right? Because it's just a BB gun, small caliber. So the rest of it is just hollow. So you open up that little hatch and just pour the fucking BBs in until that fucking tube is full. It can hold up to like 500 BBs. So you can just keep pumping and shooting. It's fucking awesome. Look at this thing. $295. Hell yeah. Terrible. A woman defending her family, life, and property with a handgun is a politically incorrect thing. Yep. Where's her rape whistle and pepper spray? Why would you want her to hurt that poor misled aggressor? Criminal elements have more rights. We too. The Savage automatic. Look at this woman in her lace nightie here. Oop, what the shit? There we go. I just like, safe. Yeah. Aims easy as the pointing of a finger. Her property, her little ones, her own life. She knows are safety protected when she has a Savage automatic in her home. She knows its 10 sure shots are at her command. Quick or slow, as she chooses. with each pull of the trigger. And what's more, she knows it's safe. What's the problem here? Like, this would be a terrible picture because, I don't know, feminists for some reason want women disarmed.
Empowering. That's what empowerment looks like.
Yeah.
Am I the only one aroused by that photograph? Like, just a little bit, you know?
Oh, no. Absolutely, you're not the only one.
Woman in a nightgown holding a gun, like, you know. Could you get more noir than that?
You better get out of here, Johnny. I'm gonna spill the guts around like the communion wine.
Right?
I Have a Savage, 1907. Very nice. Yeah, they have the right to lay on the ground. Yeah, they have the right to let the marginalized, disenfranchised, oppressed burglars come into their house and do as they please. That's what they got the right to do. Mattel's new M16 Marauder.
Fucking look at that illustration. That's brilliant.
If you think this gun looks great, wait till you hear it. No, little Timmy's going to be shot dead. Because of the over-militarization of our police who shoot at everything that moves? No, because of the toy gun. Right. Help your boy grow. Get him a Daisy Air rifle. He's the happy Daisy boy.
Now, see, that's probably language that would fly today, but not in the same context.
Right? Yeah. When your boy asks for an air rifle, remember that it is a strong, upstanding American man in him asking for a chance to grow. Holy shit, is that full of white supremacy hate speech? Good Lord.
How could they?
Millions of clean-cut, alert American boys, now grown, had their first training in the manly sport with Daisy Air rifles. Mothers, as well as fathers, now generally realize that this training makes for character and manliness. Give a boy a chance to develop character while he's having the time of his life in harmless fun. Fucking men.
It's toxic masculinity.
I mean, I gotta post this on Twitter at somebody. I mean, this is like the most hateful fucking thing by modern standards. Am I right?
Yeah, a boy smiling.
Yeah, Peter's just like based. Yeah, exactly. Like, recognizes that this training makes for character and manliness. Like, I mean, there are just have fun with it. I'm just thinking of all the memes of like triggered, like where they're shaking rapidly with the problem glasses on. Yeah, this will trigger some people. Double your fun with a Colt.
Hey, man.
She's got one of the pointy bras on.
She does.
Yeah.
She absolutely does.
An old-fashioned pointy bra.
Look down the iron sights now, Betty, and see if you can shoot that can off the top of that fence post right there.
Right. It used to be called plinking. Now it's called right-wing militia training. For fuck's sake. Well, we certainly hope old Saint Nick has our addresses right. Stevens! I love it! Like Santa's sleigh's packed full of heat. I love it.
I'm reminded of that one movie. I can't remember what it was called, but it got Mel Gibson playing Santa Claus. Like old retired Santa Claus.
Okay.
And there's a hitman that's been sent to kill him. I'll have to dig that out sometime. It's a stupid movie. It's stupid. It's great.
I love this. It's so blurry though, because it's such an old. I can't even read that. Santa Claus will get around more quickly this year as he's adopted the Stevens-Duryea automobile to speed him safely on his way. More than ever, St. Nick will be welcomed because he is loaded down with Stevens rifles, pistols, and shotguns for the youths of the land. love it so much. Fuck. The 40s were based. I just... Do you see why I built my bar here? Does everyone understand why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 60s suck by comparison.
Boys, want adventure,
smoking.
action, excitement? Hell yeah.
Smoke in the movie is called Fat Man. One that you were mentioning.
The smoke of the movie was Catman?
Ah, good show. No, the Smoking Rat says that the movie is called Fat Man, the one I was referencing.
Ah. Gamer Vleen, thank you for the $1. That's just Santa's loadout for Chicago and Mexico. Nice. Yeah, this is, we know what the cartels asked for this Yule. Remember the beginning of Scrooged with Bill Murray?
Mhm.
The movie within that movie that the network was airing, A Christmas Sleigh. And Santa's fighting off the terrorists that are trying to kill Santa, and Lee Majors shows up and he's like got a minigun with him, and
Yeah.
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 and Santa
Yeah.
Santa opens up the cupboard and it's just loaded with fucking carbines, and he's like handing them off to all the elves. It's like, all right, let's fight these bastards. It's yeah, that's the kind of Santa we need to go handle the cartels. Loaded down with heat. Boys, you want action and adventure? Get Johnny Eagle, the most exciting, real-looking gun toys ever. Boys who want rifles and pistols that look real, feel real, work like real. They want Johnny Eagle. These beautifully made toys are authentic in every detail. Oh my God. They're learning to kill. It's so problematic. We should be teaching them not to rape. I like the safari kid. That's the one you don't expect. Okay, I get the soldier. I get the cowboy. What's this guy doing? He's off dangerous game hunting in the safari? Oh, on a safari?
Something like that.
I-
No, he's not. He's not. No, he's hunting poachers. He's giving back to the community. He's protecting the elephants.
Yes, it's not like the gazelles and antelope are massively overpopulated in the plains of certain African regions or something, and they pay hunters to come in and cull the herd, or that's evil hate talk, I'm sure. Anyway, moving on. Closest I ever got to a firearm was a solid metal gunpowder cap gun as a child. Well, something. The entire government. That is what they're asking for, rather than just F. Yeah. I had a cap gun, one of the ones that takes the little revolver cylinder, the little moon clip circle of caps that you would put in, and yeah, I had one of those.
I remember those.
You wouldn't be able to
get
have one of
those
those
at, like,
now
corner
because
stores.
they'd be afraid that cops would, Swiss cheese you.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're
Unrelated video.
yeah, unrelated video, but like, whoa, okay. Near the end of his life, a veteran cowboy still knows what's important: horseshoes and guns, and a compliant woman. I'm kidding. It just was thematically consistent. Oh, okay. So I forgot about this. I scrolled past what I thought was the best one because it's actually not on the list of 10. They just threw it in the top as a banner. So,
Right.
It's been a while, so I don't even remember what it looks like. So let's go. Oh, yes, right. Here we go. No, go away. Alt. So, try and picture this ad, if you will, in a modern newspaper or magazine. Revolvers aren't toys. They should shoot straight and kill. You may need one only once in your lifetime. Buy now so that you will have it during that time. You should wear a shirt that says, Papa says it won't hurt us. And it's absolutely safe. That's why they've given the small child with her doll a revolver, because accidental discharges are impossible. Ivers Johnson Arms. They're safety hammerless automatics.
Quite the claim. Quite the fucking claim.
Wow. Yeah. That ad's got problematic written all over it. In decades to come.
No kidding. No fucking kidding.
Oh, that's a good time. All right, Sam, Eve, as we always do about this time, we have several lists. I'm going to allow you the choice. Yes. We have South Korea is a whole different world, and these 50 photos are proof. The 10 passive-aggressive plants to give to your enemy. So, oldie but a goodie. We'll get around to it eventually, I'm sure. The top 25 most beautiful airplanes. 7 overlooked modern marvels of mechanical engineering. And that's that. So what strikes your fancy? I mean, well, we just did do a list, but it was thematic along. I just came across it when I was looking for 1940s firearm ordering ads where you could buy fucking machine guns. But yet somehow ease of availability is what's causing the gun crime that is at an all-time low rate. Fuckers.
You did say last time round that you wanted to do the passive-aggressive plans, but I will defer to Eve's choice.
I mean, I was leaning that way, but, you know, the 7 overlooked mechanical marvels was kind of cool, too. But I was leaning for the passive-aggressive plans.
All right. Let's do the passive-aggressive plants, because it's been up there for a while. And I did promise we would eventually fucking get around to it, so let's get the fuck around to it.
Article author's name. What a name.
His name is Theophanes.
Theophanes.
I'm going to go with Theophanes.
It's especially pertinent if it's British.
Themistocles sounds cooler. And he slaughtered more savages. I've even got a donation about it. Anyway. Plants that will annoy neighbors or enemies. You said the same thing twice. 10 plants that will annoy people are Bradford pear trees, bamboo, English ivy, poison sumac, cockburrs, stinging nettle, voodoo lilies, beggar's lice. That's hogweed.
That's spooky.
Carefully, thank you very much for the $4. My first gun I shot was a Ruger 22 LR. Then they put me behind a 45-70 with a 300-grain bullet. I was 135 pounds at the time, but I kept that 45-70 down range. Nice. Yeah, a 45-70 kicks the shit out of me, so you must have had it well and truly shouldered properly. You ever shot a 45-70, Sam?
No, I haven't. No.
It's a big old former black powder cartridge, straight-walled bad boy. It's a fucking buffalo downer, man. It's, hell of a gun. Cartridge, whatever. Okay, so, big white fluffy tree. What's so bad about the Bradford pear tree? Who doesn't love a nice ripe pear? Or a tree that produces gorgeous flowers? English. There's a lot to love about the Bradford pear tree, but there's also a lot to mutter about too. You see, the Bradford pear is the perfect plant for someone who is easily offended or embarrassed. Okay. For as bountiful as it is and delicious as its fruits are, it has a strange characteristic that often has its neighbors buzzing. In the springtime, it seems as if those beautiful flowers let off a pungent and often unwanted smell. It's stink tree? Mm-hmm. Some people say it smells like rotting fish, but most people I've talked to agree it has a far more masculine aroma. If you've ever been out walking a very decent-looking street and have suddenly been overcome by the overing smell of a good wank, this tree is likely to blame.
It smells like jizz.
Holy fuck. I thought they meant like workout BO. Jesus.
I wonder how, I wonder why. Yesterday you told me about the blue sky.
It's just,
but all that I can smell is just another semen tree.
Jesus.
Yo, what's the timestamp? Okay. All right.
Great.
It has a whole series of colorful nicknames because of this. And if the smell isn't enough to sell you, it also grows and spreads like a weed and is being considered as a pest species, and is considered. Its branches are also super brittle, and it likes to throw them on the ground whenever it tires of them. Did I mention grass won't grow under them? Sounding better all the time. This is the perfect tree for an uptight germaphobe. Okay, now hold on. You can't tell me it has a whole bunch of colorful nicknames and not tell me what they are.
Right?
Why? Bradford pear trees, the autofill. Bad.
Common names, I suppose.
Nicknames? TreeRemoval.com. Bradford pear trees. See, not many contain nicknames. Well, one of the nicknames is Jack. But yeah, it's also Jill. Common names?
Yeah, I reckon so.
But come on, I need a good cheap laugh, something a 12-year-old boy would laugh at. Where my sense of humor's at.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any. Oh, hold on. Oh no. Phylum, spermatophyta.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a little too perfect, but all right. That's an invasive species. Come on, give us some names. Give us some names. God, it also has thorns. Jeez.
It's ticking so many boxes. It really is.
Yeah. Pearwood of any species is among the finest textured of all fruit woods. It is prized for making woodwind instruments. Go ahead, baby. Put that in your mouth. Yeah.
I mean,
the background music starts getting louder. Sorry, if you were saying.
oh no, let's say you were looking for a nickname. I mean, Justin Wilson in chat said Cumtree, so I mean.
Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward one. Cumtree. Yeah.
Like that one fucking trading and advertising site in the UK.
I mean, that really blew me away when it said, it smells like a good wank. I was like, holy fuck.
It's like, oh.
Oh, well, it does self-pollinate. That's convenient. For fuck's sake. What a disappointment. I wanted a whole bunch of really crude names.
Shadow Claw's like, why do they have to say wank? LOL. I don't know, man. I just read the articles. I'm sitting here with you going, I don't fucking know.
Bamboo. It's the perfect tree for an uptight germaphobe. I know what you're saying. Bamboo? What's wrong with bamboo? Well, nothing until Vietnamese prison keepers jam it under your fingernails.
Jesus.
Nothing really. If you're trying to breed pandas in your backyard, otherwise everything is wrong with bamboo. It's actually a mutant grass, or rather grass that actually grows ridiculously thick and tall. If you're building with it or feeding a swarm of hungry pandas. Are a group of pandas called a swarm? I don't think they are.
I don't think so.
I wonder what they're called. Overrated? Look, it's an overrated of pandas. Let's see. It can be very useful as a quick-growing plant. Otherwise, that growth will be the bane of your existence. Bamboo likes to grow and grow and grow and grow and spread. And what starts out as a cute little... What?
Sorry, I like...
Uh-huh.
Yeah, do they have two names?
Uh-huh.
They're either called a bamboo of pandas or a cupboard.
A cupboard
See, what
of
I
pandas.
got was an embarrassment of pandas.
Really?
Yeah. What is a group of pandas called? An embarrassment. It's like literally what I'm staring at. Well, no, it does also say covered or bamboo pandas, but
I like
but it didn't bear. I just like an embarrassment personally.
Yeah. So that little patch will turn into the same sort of dense, impassable forest you see in fairy tales surrounding the castle of a princess. And when you realize this, you'll probably go homicidal and start ripping. Homicidal? I looked out and saw the bamboo patch, and that's when I killed her, Your Honor.
I just couldn't take it anymore. All the mutant grass. It was just everywhere. And then I looked across the room and I saw her. There with her carefree.
She's the one who said it. If we plant the bamboo, the pandas will come. I told her it didn't work that way, but she wouldn't listen. Oh, he's nagging.
And then, before I knew what was happening, the machete was in my hand.
I intended to cut through the bamboo. But then I was covered in blood.
She got in the way.
yeah, she got in the way, yeah. I told her, I'm going to start swinging this machete now. If you stand in the way, it's not...
I get it. It's your own damn fault.
It's probably, and you'll start ripping up by the roots or hacking them down with a machete in a terribly cathartic exercise. But when it comes right down to it, bamboo is harder to kill than cockroaches once it's in your yard. It's staying, ripped up roots or not. It's the perfect plant to annoy a control freak. That's actually interesting. Plant some bamboo in your neighbor's yard. English ivy.
Yep.
That shit destroys walls.
Does it really?
Yeah.
It's so pretty creeping up the side of the wall of old cottages, making them look quaint and adorable. Like Little Red Riding Hood is about to knock on the door. What possible complaint could anyone have? Well, as it turns out, most people who grow it for decorative purposes seem to have little knowledge about how these plants actually crawl up walls. They do so by finding little cracks in the mortar and jamming their wee roots in there to hang on. Doesn't sound that bad, but one small root will become a cluster of roots as the plants grow, and before you know it, these vines are literally ripping your chimney down brick by brick. No shit.
Yeah. It's a real fucker to remove as well. I've had to do it a couple of times here.
Fuck.
Yeah. Destroys rendering as well. Like any cracks in the rendering, if you have a rendered wall on your house, yeah, it just pulls that apart too.
So like a house like this in this picture is like in shambles and ready to be blown over by a stiff wind.
I mean, it'll probably be double walled, but yeah, that exterior wall underneath ivy. The moment you start trying to pull that ivy away, all the mortar is going to start coming away with it. So once it gets to that bad, you pretty much have to leave the ivy there. Either that or burn it, which is also not especially desirable.
Right. Cleanse it with fire. Okay. Let's see. Poison sumac. I'm going to take a shot in the dark at what's bad about this one. I admit that I love sumac. Fuck, as if you knew what sumac was. I don't know what it is. It makes my heart dance with joy to know that I can buy it at the local nursery. Damn you, gay. Though it... what was it? I was going to clip that out.
Oh, now we're checking the time.
Sumac looks positively tropical, like it's been imported straight out of Jurassic Park. It has creeping slender branches topped off with exotic red flowers. The problem arises when you are so taken by its beauty that you feel the need to touch it. This plant causes intense itching to people who are allergic to it, and that's probably most of you out there. I'm one of the lucky few that can roll in this stuff and walk off without consequence. Give it as a gift to distract your antagonists. So what you're saying is I need to develop toilet paper made out of poison sumac.
It's much like poison ivy. It's the large majority of the population are allergic to it. It just causes a rash and irritation.
I'm just picturing a cry in the night of this guy's neighbours when they discover that they've got poison sumac all over the yard. Fuck you, Theophanes!
Yeah, we got to remember, this is Theophanes telling us this stuff.
Exactly.
Are these the nettles? No, these are the cockleburs.
Cocklebur.
Yeah, they sure look like it. Well named. Plants can be annoying without smelling like something dead. This is often the case with cockleburs. They're a fun plant because of how innocuous they really are. Cockleburs naturally occur across the U.S. and have probably gotten into them before. Nothing like getting a cocklebur under your saddle. They're weedy for sure, but that's not what makes them irritating. It's their seeds that provide a happy passive aggression. Their seeds are encased in prickly shells that attach to any passerbys. Are they barbed too? Yeah, they look like they are.
Yeah.
Like so many tiny unwanted hitchhikers, these burrs are particularly nasty if you get them wrapped in your pet's hair or yours. At that point, they're nearly impossible to remove, and it's easy to get covered by these prickly intruders before you even notice.
They're the tribble of the plant world.
Yeah.
Also, it's funny to say, cockleburs.
Yeah. So that's what a stinging nettle looks like.
Yeah.
They come up in like old-timey cookbooks that always have home remedies in the back for the flu and the common cold and whatnot, and stinging nettles is always in the poultice recipe, you know?
Yeah, you can make tea and soap from them. Obviously, the fibers are good as well.
Oh, for like what, sewing, you mean?
Yeah, you can make thread out of nettle.
Yeah, I guess I got a pretty long, thin stalk. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, the fibers are pretty tough. I think they used to make I think you can make like a bowstring out of it as well if you're really in a pinch. Anyway.
It's an herb, much loved by a great many people who use it in teas, cheese making, and various herbal remedies. But for every person who loves nettle, there are at least 3 people who are cursing it the fuck out. These plants grow everywhere in the U.S. They're found in nitrogen-rich soil. They can grow in whole forests, with each bush reaching 6 to 8 feet high. Most people weed them out long before they become so mighty for the simple reason that it's much easier to deal with them when they're small. Okay. A pair of gardening gloves can protect you from the hairs that grow on them. Each hair provides a delightful little sting and some cheerful bumps. The pain usually resides after 50... resides?
Yeah, that should be recedes, right?
Or many other words.
Mm.
The pain, because what you're saying is that it begins and stays after 15 minutes. But anyway, so these plants are more annoying than dangerous. I have harvested them. Of course you did, Theophanes. When they were towering over my head, and it was a lot harder to dodge their stings with the leaves fluttering in my face, I smacked myself in the face with them all the time. That being said, I am so used to their stings, I stopped caring quite some time ago. This guy's a fucking weirdo, man. Rolling around in poison sumac and whacking himself in the face with fucking stinging nettles.
Oh yes, Mother Nature, punish me!
Yeah.
I've been a bad gardener.
This plan is great if you want to be sneaky. It'd be very hard to prove you dropped some seeds like breadcrumbs on your victim's property unless they found an invoice for seeds, because yes, people do purposely buy them for growing. Great for people with low pain tolerance.
Fuck that nonsense. Keep your fucking prickly bushes away from my low pain tolerance.
Voodoo lilies. Okay, so right out of the gate, this plant has already introduced itself in a passably racist manner. Voodoo lily? Really? Shut up, Theophanes, you fucking polyword. Could we have not come up with a better name than that?
I mean, Colorado.
Only
Oh,
if,
elephant yam. Yeah, I know these.
only if you want to call it the devil's tongue or elephant yam. I wish I had made this up, but really, these are alternate names for the plant. They do belong to the family of flowers that we like to call stink lilies, if that makes it any better. I must admit, it's a purely aesthetic. From a purely aesthetic vantage point, I am rather fond of voodoo lilies. They look delightfully suggestive with their gothic flair. How can you not love that? The smell. That's how you can not love that. Voodoo lilies are carnivorous plants, meaning they literally eat bugs. Good. Let them eat them. Sounds like a good thing until you realize their favorite snack is flies. Flies that it baits into its flowers by smelling like putrid, rotting flesh. Awesome.
Yeah, I saw a thing not long back, a bit of a mini documentary on these things. Apparently, at night, they actually heat up as well. It's not just the smell; they make themselves warm so that they appear to insects that can perceive heat or perceive, in the infrared.
Yeah.
So they appear like actual corpses.
Where do I get these
Fucking
seeds?
wild.
Where do I get these seeds? I get to throw them on my neighbor's lawn and cause smell, a giant conflagration of fucking flies, and be racist.
They do look quite phallic as well. The picture above where it says 7 voodoo lilies, that's them.
Oh! I thought this was part of the stinging nettle
Oh,
plant.
no, definitely not.
They do look quite phallic. So this is a well, it's a big dick.
Literally.
That's awesome. So I take it that the flies are actually captured falling down the cup here, where they get captured by some sort of sticky sap or what have you.
Yeah, the flower. Well, the flowers open up, and they sort of land on the purple part of the flower there, and then they crawl down inside to get to the source of what they think is the smell. And then you see where the more pale part of the cup of petals is there. That's very smooth. So they basically tumble down into the sticky juices beneath. Although, in order to pollinate, they change their smell slightly to attract beetles that crawl inside, get covered in pollen, because all the stamen are on the inside.
Okay.
And then somehow the flowers just seem to fucking know that they've released all the pollen that they need to, and the texture of the pale part of the flower changes and becomes rougher, so the beetles can climb back out and go and pollinate other plants.
Sweet.
It's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
The problem is they stink.
Yeah.
They fucking stink.
They didn't stink and were covered in flies. They'd be awesome. How many things could you say that about?
Right.
Steve's a great guy, but he really stinks and is covered in flies.
He's such a good guy, He'd give you the shirt off his back, but you wouldn't want it because it fucking stinks.
And is covered in maggots. Okay. Fuck. I love it. I don't get it. There's you know how many fucking plants? I gotta do the thing, man. I have to do it. Like voodoo lilies. If we looked it up, like, do you know how many plants are named after, like, Catholic things just because it's been around for so long and just whatever? Like, who cares, man? Seriously. Wouldn't you be more offended if it was like hoodoo lilies or whatever? Why are you offended at all?
It's ridiculous. It's like the Mary's Heart orchid. What?
Yeah. It's like, why? Because it looks like a little heart, like the end of the stamen does. Like, so what?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a little heart. That's why. Who cares? Like it. Anyway.
Voodoo and hoodoo are actually different pieces, but similar.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I said. Shouldn't you be more offended if it was named hoodoo, which is not a conglomeration, is less of a conglomeration tradition, religious tradition than voodoo is? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Grave lily? Would you want to call it a grave lily instead?
Ooh, that's kind of cool. That's pretty bitchin'.
Cynic simply says, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Cynic, how the fuck do you know what that looks like? Oh.
Looks like a rotting dog.
See, Eve, you got to understand this audience. Those are the things you don't read out because they'll clip you. That's why I just went, oh, yeah, right. It's
Okay.
Yeah, Eve, don't you understand this audience?
Look, I hang out with you fuckers in Discord. Like, I understand. Trust me.
Yeah. Says the guy who's
Y'all
got to
quote
like
me.
go back and clip out 3 different sections from a 4 remembered timestamps. Yeah, I'm really a great one to be giving advice.
Y'all
Beggar's
quote
lice.
me on the craziest shit.
Cockleburrs are annoying, but beggar's lice are even more so. They have... Really? You're not going to complain about how heartless they're being toward the homeless?
Fucking classism.
Fuck. You bourgeoisie swine.
Right? This sibling is bougie as fuck.
They have much the same idea for spreading their seeds around, except their seeds are like tiny little needles that stick into just about everything by the handful. They're hard to extract because of their small size and drive anyone with OCD completely mad, which is a great reason to give them to neat nicks. Because
That just seems like a racist word to me.
because they're going to spend a lot of
It's not.
time picking the small things off of their hoodie or whatever the fuck. Like, that's the...
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Something like that.
Okay. Hogweed. Hogweed is imported as an ornamental plant by some sadistic wretch at some point. Now it grows wild and free. It's an invasive plant. This plant isn't everything you want to tango. Isn't anything you want to tango with. Besides growing to a monstrous 15 feet in height, it also has the charming characteristic of causing severe burns on anyone who touches it and then encounters sunlight at some point.
Yeah, phototoxic, yeah.
I have never heard of that.
Phototoxic, fig sap is phototoxic. I've still got scars from it, actually.
So it touches your skin, doesn't have any effect
absorbs it.
until such a
Yeah,
time
and
as that
ultraviolet light sets it off.
until ultraviolet. Okay, that's wild. And so, what does it do?
Yeah.
The ultraviolet light chemically alters it, or activates acid, or what is what's?
It's kind of like you know how you've got melanin in your skin to shield you from the harmful effects of ultraviolet light.
Right.
Well, the phototoxin, there are different ones, and they activate at sort of different ranges of the spectrum. But yeah, it basically nullifies the effect of melanin in your skin when it is hit by ultraviolet light, and then the ultraviolet light is what burns you.
Gotcha. Causes
Yeah.
wherever it's touched patches of hypersensitive
Radiation
skin,
burns.
and
Yeah.
so you're literally going to get radiation burns. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
worse, these burns can reoccur for up to 10 years after initial exposure to the plant, so long as the victim is in the sun. As such, the plant is not for amateurs. In fact, whoever ends up with hogweed planted purposely on their property has to be on their property has to be an individual of poor local standing at the very least. It's an odd way to say your neighbors wouldn't like you. These plants have become such a problem that if you spot one, you're supposed to call whatever government office deals with these situations in your area. You call that, whoever the fuck. Most places have helplines for free removal. If you're lucky, you get to see the men in hazmat suits use flamethrowers to sterilize your property. Perhaps a lovely bouquet for someone who has hurt you.
Jesus.
Gimpy? The suicide plant?
Look where it's from. It makes perfect sense.
Australia.
Yeah.
But this
Or
guy
yeah,
isn't
the
going to go
gimpy,
into
gimpy,
a
mate.
rage about the word gimp?
No, because it's not spelled the same.
All right. As it turns out, Australia has a lot to offer the world, including a whole bunch of things that want to kill you. The most poisonous snakes, the biggest sharks, the most lethal spiders, and the crankiest fluffy creatures you've ever met. Seriously, have you ever tried to befriend a koala? No. They're swimming with chlamydia.
Cynic's just yes.
But in addition to these, there is also the Gimpy tree, also known as the suicide plant. It's not called this because it's toxic enough to kill you. Instead, it got this cheerful nickname from the fact, making fun of clinical depression doesn't really seem in line with a guy who got all bent out of shape over voodoo.
Yeah. Get your fucking priorities straight, Theophanes.
You seem a little selective in your outrage, sir. You'll probably want to commit suicide from the pain. Jesus, really? Really? Okay. Each prickly hair covering the entire plant pumps toxins into your skin that are said to be worse than childbirth. It's a sensation.
Oh, well, that's a low bar.
It's a sensation of being burned by acid and electrocuted at the same time. And if that isn't enough to make you want to run screaming for the hills, then perhaps its longevity is. The pain can last for up to a fucking year after exposure and can be so intense it's known to drive dogs and horses mad enough to leap off cliffs to their death. But if you think dried specimens are safe, then you're in for yet another surprise. Their toxins are chemically stable, meaning you could get stung just as badly from a plant that's been dead and dried for 10 years.
That's horrible.
This plant is surely
Why do we
the
let
worst of the
Australia
worst.
exist?
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Eve.
Said, why do we let Australia continue to exist? I ask. If things like this exist there, why haven't we just torched that island yet?
Because so long as the spiders and snakes and gimpy trees stay over there.
Okay, so out of all of them, the Gimpy obviously wins. For vengeance against enemies. The Voodoo Lilies is a pretty fun annoyance, I'm not going to lie. That's a good one. Smells like, you're going to have people calling cops because of strange smells emanating from your neighbor's yard, which is hilarious. And it looks like they got big old dicks back there. The Stinging Nettle is just...
They're really common.
Yeah.
Anyway, so.
What, the hogs...
Hogweed.
Yeah, the hogweed. Oh, yeah, that's cruel. That's up there with the Gimpy. That's just holy fuck.
I think hogweed is also called bear claw in some parts of the world.
Cockleburs kind of speak for themselves. Just look. There you go. You
don't want to go around to see Dave. He's got cockleburs.
They're
bloody everywhere.
English ivy will just wreck your old-timey adorable cottage. Bamboo just grows real quick. It's a good annoyance.
Up to a meter a day.
Fucking hell. And then the pear tree.
That's about a yard a day.
Thank you.
Not you. I'm talking to the chat, Polly.
He just condescended you, Chad, and acted like it was okay. Did you notice that? I noticed that. So,
okay, so
where do we get some Gimpy?
From perfectly legitimate online sources.
That's what I'm saying. So, I need to get myself a P.O. box and a pay-as-you-go credit card and order me some Gimpy.
It does kind of like beg the question, like why so many people have deliveries sent to enemies containing a certain substance that I'm not sure I want me clipped saying. The powdery variety,
right?
That is dangerous.
Yeah. Yes.
When they could just send this in Minecraft.
Well, a woman or whoever will receive a dozen long stem red roses, and they will be packed in with baby's breath, right? What do you call it over there?
Oh no!
What?
You know where you're going with this, Polly. No.
What? I was asking Sam what they call the little flowers that they put in with long stem rose bunches.
I don't know the name in English.
What's cool? What's the French name?
I can't remember it offhand. I know what you mean. Like, I know what you mean.
I speak fluent Danish. Oh, really? Say hello, how are you?
Little-
I just can't remember how right now. I'm sorry. I just...
Like, I genuinely don't recall the name. Largely, Polly, because I don't do this to people.
You don't...
It's strange
You don't
how
get
you
flowers for
remember.
women? I thought the French were romantic.
If I send them roses, I just send them fucking roses, Polly. My intentions are clear by that. I don't need to complicate matters.
It's surrounding much. Anyway,
I know what you mean, but I know,
you
I
know,
don't know what the name
so
is.
what you do, and I think Eve knew what I was getting at here, is you send a bunch of roses to a woman with a card from a secret admirer, but it's not baby's breath that's around it. It's Gimpy Gimpy.
Oh, shit.
Right, because what she's going to do is she's going to unwrap them and then put them in water so she can stare at them and bask in her own attractiveness and wonder what, you know, Giga Chad is dreaming about her or whatever the fuck. But in taking them out of the paper and making sure that they're all there and clipping the bottom of the long stem roses in the Gimpy Gimpy so they're all in there, she will have touched them repeatedly over and over again.
I think she's probably going to know from, like, the first instance of touching it.
You think
I think
so?
it's relatively instant with the Gimpy Gimpy.
Mm,
At least you would imagine so, right?
I was actually thinking that the hogweed actually looked a lot like baby's breath, which is where I was thinking you were going.
the hogsweed
Oh,
does.
see, now the hogweed I think would be better.
Like this guy, the hogsweed, does look a lot like baby's breath.
No, that's Beggar's Life, that.
Is it? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, pictures, yeah.
Yeah, so this gets
was it the
stuck
next
on
one,
shit.
yeah?
That's not
Yeah.
you know.
So the next one down, that's the hogweed then, I think.
That
Yeah, there you go.
Looks a bit like
that's a goddamn ugly plant.
Yeah, you just put a few leaves in there, don't you? In Minecraft.
Oh yeah, like the rose thing was a Minecraft scheme of mine.
Yeah.
I never do that in the real world.
So what's the deal with babies, bro? That's the bushy white stuff then, presumably.
mm-hmm.
What's the
looks
deal?
very
with
much like baby's breath. It's used to accent basically bouquets of roses. But
No, I know that. I thought there was some deal with it where it was unpleasant somehow.
No, not at all.
No.
That's it.
I completely misunderstood what you were trying.
No, look.
Right,
Okay.
yeah.
So you get some rose.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
there. That stuff. But you fill instead of the white ones in Minecraft, you fill it up with Gimpy Gimpy.
Yeah. Jesus.
Except for the hogsweed is 8 feet tall. Yeah, fair enough.
Really big bunch of flowers.
Yeah.
Really big.
Whew. So yeah, I am impressed with that list. It took a while to get around to it, but son of a bitch. There are some vicious plants out there. I mean, people
if
talking
it is the
about
same-
pitcher plants and whatchamacallit?
Venus flytraps?
Venus flytraps, thank you. I had not heard of the dick plant. What's it called?
Voodoo.
Oh, that's the voodoo lily. Okay, yeah. I hadn't heard about the racist lily before, but that's what everyone talks about. I've never heard of Gimpy Gimpy. I had not heard of the one prior to it either. Just going to go ahead and put that list in favorites.
Okay. I pulled up a better picture of baby's breath so that I can look at it. Yeah, we call that brouillard. Or brouillard vivace, which just means what's the word? A brouillard is like a fog or a mist.
Oh, I got you.
Mist flower.
Mist flower. It sounds like something the French would come up with. Just Wilson asks, have you heard of the Manchineel tree? Let's see. species of flowering plant in the spurge family.
Spurge. Oh, kind of like that pear tree earlier. That was a spurge tree.
Toxicity. All parts of the tree contain strong toxins. The milky white sap contains toxin and other skin irritants, producing strong allergenic dermatitis. Standing beneath a tree during rain will cause blistering of the skin from mere contact with the liquid. Even a small drop of rain with a milky substance in it will cause the skin to blister. Sap has been known to damage the paint on cars. Burning the tree may cause ocular injuries if the smoke reaches the eyes. Contact with its milky sap, latex, produces bulbous dermatitis, acute, karyoconjunctivitis, and possibly large corneal epithelial defects. I'm amazed I got through all those words. Yay me. Bulbous dermatitis.
Proud of you. Bulbous dermatitis.
Oh, not bulbous, bullous. Small words.
Bulbs.
Yeah, I was just thought it would be like the person would have like big fucking lesions and goiters.
You bowls. Yeah.
Just it was raining. I went into the tree and oh fucking hell, I got boils everywhere.
I'm never going outside again. I'm just saying.
At the very least, don't go to Australia. Fuck. You know what I'm willing to bet? I'm willing to bet that gimpy tree isn't poison to any of the native species. You be hanging out there by a tree, and either the tree will get you, or some fucking non-bear koala STD thing is going to jump out of the jump out of the tree and bite your fucking face. That fucking country. I feel so bad for Far. People don't understand. Far and I was sitting there watching a documentary, right? In Discord. And so, she's got her mic turned on. And you'll hear these sounds. These bizarre movie-like sounds that I've only ever heard in movies, like, whack, 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 like just horrifying noises. And you're like, Fire, what the fuck is that noise? She's like, oh, that's birds outside. Birds. What
those things that Twitter and tweet where we live.
Yeah. See, and I actually cracked this joke with her. I said, see, in the morning when the birds start chirping, we call it singing. The birds are singing. It's melodic. They chirp, 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 chirp. That's what we hear. Okay, you hear like, like you gotta hear the fucking noises those creatures make, man. Australia's a strange, wild land.
If they don't sing, they scream rap.
They got the motorcycle frog.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard that thing?
I can imagine what it sounds like.
It literally sounds like a motorcycle engine revving. Like it's a frog. All right, fine. We'll look it up.
I was going to say, we should look that up. For science.
Right. Not for our own entertainment or anything of the sort. I forget.
No, of course not.
Is it motorcycle frog? Something like that. We'll get close. Search algorithms will help. Oh, Jesus. Motorbike frog. Okay. We're getting that stupid meme frog here at chat. This is what we get. That, this stupid fucking thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember knowing a few people that paid for ringtones back in the day.
The motorbike
they
frog.
Didn't do so well in life.
Call. All right. Let's, and I will change it over here so you guys can actually hear the doings, because I'm just sharing my screen right now, not the app. Bing. Smoother for video. We're good. All right. Here we go. Oh, I got it turned all the way down. Here we go. Like, it's not just one of them. Imagine when it's like a whole gang of them down by some little like collection of water you have at the bottom corner of your yard. God damn that frog, man.
I'm just picturing something like a Australian bloke going, you know, will somebody get down that gardener t-shirt? Fucking frog had to change gear. Clutch, then kick, you fucking R-word.
It's the one on the left. The clutch is the one on the left.
Oh, Jesus.
Froggy Davidson. Wow. All right. You know what? We're at the 4-hour mark. Coming up on the 4-hour mark. That's yeah.
Already.
Well, you two are just such charming company. You know, time flies. Time flies.
It does. It does.
Oh.
And hopefully it doesn't land in one of those voodoo lilies.
Racist lilies. I still can't believe that guy got upset over that. What a fucking moron.
I just, like I say, call it a grave lily. Or if you want to, you know, maintain a certain degree of, you know, vulgarity, call it a dick lily.
Sounds good to me. Shadow Claw, of course, went off and researched the boldest dementia. I'll call it what I will, Sam. It's fine.
Ollie, we don't do politics here. You leave POTUS out of this.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of Last Call. We're here at Noir Bar, live from the shadiest district of Norris City. I'd like to thank everyone coming out tonight for our own little brand of 1940 booze-fueled banter. I'd like to thank Sam and Eve for keeping me company at the bar. And finally, I'd sincerely like to thank everybody who tipped the bartender. That's me, because that's how we keep the candles burning, the lights on, and the booze stocked, and our guns loaded. Because, you know, it's the 1940s, and you can buy a whole bunch of cheap guns through the newspaper. It's great.
It's awesome.
But seriously, thank you for...
Yippee leaves.
Yeah, I mean, a 12.5-pound fucking light machine gun through a newspaper ad. Just clip the coupon, send it in. I'd like to thank everyone for coming by tonight. We didn't get to do a Noir Bar last week, so I'm glad we got to do one this week, and try and keep that schedule up, because we have a lot of fun doing these, and we're happy to have all of y'all show up. So, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, as we always say about this time, you don't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. See you again soon. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Say good night, Eve.